for those spells?
For those spells, it actually doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because the level determines how long a creature is charmed for. You just, your staff just doesn't, nope, it does it forever.
Just doesn't.
Okay.
The only time that they get to, the only time that they get to shake it off is if you fall unconscious.
With Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Kind of weird.
It was weird. Why?
Because she has a song called "Shake It Off."
Stop ruining the joke.
Yeah, it wasn't completely out of left field. That would be weird.
You just don't know
I
anything
hate
about
that
magicians.
fucking mug. Jeff, look at her mug.
I love it.
I fucking hate it.
Now, what you should do?
That dumb face.
Get some paint and splash it with blood, like fake blood.
That actually would be awesome.
Cool, right?
That would paint its eyes black and just like blood
I would
coming
not
out
be
of its
able to
mouth.
take it to work.
Why not?
Why
just
not?
just say your kids
It's a little
drop
hard.
paint
It's
on it.
Halloween. It's Halloween.
It's July. Alright.
So,
Yep,
are we ready to roll?
I do like that
Still
mug.
says it's recording.
It's like everything Evan is.
The mug?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to
So-
say that.
The last time that we left off with you guys, you had found the sea hag. You had stolen for the sea hag the bones of her mother? Question mark.
Yeah.
And gave her the skull, in which she greedily took. You also and in return she led you down to an ancient temple under the sea, which was apparently the source of this calming magic that restrained the maw so much. So, without any combat, somehow you guys were able to dominate a couple of the undersea faring people known as the Tritons, who were basically underwater paladins.
Old Greg.
And you took control of some of their soldiers, fed them a fake story, which they believed wholeheartedly because they were dominated, who then carried your story on to their superiors, who believed you because you stole the symbols from them.
They're gonna be mad.
And then lied to them, telling them that their very important city was under attack by their arch nemesis.
Very important.
Which you learned from talking to people. And yeah, you were able to get right into the temple, clean and easy. And once inside the temple, you were able to speak to the scientist who explained the entire situation of the orb and what this weird calming orb was. They're not totally sure where it came from or like totally even what it is, but they know what it does and that it's very dangerous because you could just like kind of fall into a coma if you're too close to it.
Okay.
You then very reasonably opened up a soul box and made all of the people, you made the guards that you dominated carry this scientist into the soul box, and then moved this awful orb into the same soul box with them. Could have put it in a different one.
That's true.
Could have put it in a different one, but you didn't.
I feel like you were limited in what you had to do.
And
My hands were tied.
as the screams of the scientists subsided, you shut the door, and as a result of removing this orb from its pedestal, the whole temple began to fall apart.
Crumble. Like cookies.
Exactly, like cookies. You exited, and upon exiting, you felt the change in the water. The currents were faster. The fish were going wild, fleeing almost. And the couple of hours of your journey swimming, swimming, riding on your newfound seahorse that you had Charlie.
He had a name.
Yes, as he his way through the water.
What an awesome creature.
The water was becoming worse. The creatures were becoming worse. You even saw a massive killer whale coming towards you, but was struck from the side by
a killer whale.
No, not a killer whale.
It was a killer of killer whales.
Something more perhaps shark-like than a killer whale.
Like old Greg.
The killer of killer
Don't
whales.
why. And
Greg.
so you see now this once calm and wonderful sea on the Stillport beach is still no longer and is quite ravenous and terrible. And as you made your way back into your little bar that's closed down because you tricked Amanda to stealing from his own museum, you notice that
We didn't trick him.
The town is being ravaged by storms.
What did we promise
You
him?
seduced
The
him.
hag.
That wasn't a trick.
Yeah,
we were,
good honest people to that man.
He
You're
made
right.
a conscious decision to try to
That was
steal
a
that skull.
transaction.
You're right. You were good.
You paint us out to be such
We are
bad
good honest
people.
So
Well, we are kind of awful.
Vondis
You
was
are.
waiting for you and said, you know, what did you do? And you guys were like, whatever the hell you say. Oh, it wasn't our fault or something. And
Self-defense.
he points out the window in which you see that amidst this ravaging storm in a now, surrounding a Stillport that no longer has any power because of both what happened earlier with Draxia. I totally forgot to recap that, but that's fine. You see hanging over the city is
Oh yeah.
the large ship, the Wave Dancer, with Carla Lily standing at its helm, and lights, almost like searchlights, coming from it, coming from other military vehicles
Looking
throughout the city,
for a
amidst
mate.
the lightning and the storm, looking
For a mate.
to fucking kill someone.
Couldn't it just be a bad storm?
Yeah, could have been a hurricane. It's just the
Okay,
hurricanes.
so
are not
she's
common
overreacting.
in
Yeah.
Stillport.
She's severely
Sure,
overreacting.
sure.
I mean,
And-
she is a woman.
Precursoring
Oh,
the storm.
easy now.
Precursoring the storm, of course, I forgot to recap that Amanda accidentally raised Draxia, the Lord of Chaos, Destruction, Bloodshed.
Oh yeah,
and she was like in a
left that out.
basement, and there was a whole thing.
and the whole everything
and
went
that,
crazy.
that just whatever. But she caused mass havoc in the city, which gave you guys cover to do all the crazy shit you guys were doing.
So maybe it wasn't just a hurricane.
So maybe. So in
Just be careful.
We will
reading
come
on the
back.
table.
to you guys simply
Asshole.
standing in the bar, looking out the window at, we're going to pick right up, at the storm surrounding the city or engulfing the city, with Carla Lily on her ship above the ground with its massive silver energy wings out. They're not actual flesh and blood wings, they're just like pure like light, like energy.
Flesh and blood wings.
Silver light.
Yeah, that would be weird on a ship.
Kill me.
Yeah, it'd be creepy. And what is it that you guys would like to do? Vondis is just standing there like, he seems to not know what the fuck to do.
We should sleep.
I agree.
You're going to sleep.
Yes.
It's kind of our thing.
We had a long day.
So,
You know, we kind of have to sleep after every big mission to get our points back.
You're not going to leave?
Leave.
I mean,
We just got here.
well, I mean, you ran from Valnar after you killed
We
that
did-
man, and
We
you...
tactically fled. Retreated.
Well, then
no,
shouldn't
that's still
you
a bad word.
tactically flee now?
We should
They are scouring
tactically
the city.
sleep.
Should we leave though?
If we leave, will we experience exhaustion?
yeah, how are we feeling?
No, I believe
Because
it was-
Charlie...
You did
galloped
everything.
us.
You did everything. No, because remember, you had a long rest before you went into the temple, and then you went to the
You're
temple
right.
and came straight back. This is still like the same day. It's hard to even tell what time it is because everything is just dark outside. You're not even sure if that's because it's nighttime or if just because the storm is so thick. But I would say because it was day probably when you woke up in the cave underwater. It's probably just apparently like midday, maybe late afternoon, but still dark outside, pitch black from the hatred of the storm that
I
is
wish
seemed
Charlie
to have come from
had
above.
legs and could breathe because we
You
could
know-
ride him away.
That's true. You no longer have Charlie. You gave him to the sea hag,
To take care of.
who
As a-
loves you as like a
wedding
like
gift.
a promise to come and return.
A
to
promise
her.
ring.
That's what everybody took
She's
it
gonna
as.
eat
Oh,
Charlie.
That's canon.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, where are we fleeing to?
The tree.
Because we can just port into the tree. That's the one thing that the teleportation spell actually is supposed to do now.
Yeah.
Because there's a ring.
I'll give that to you. Yeah.
Ooh.
You technically didn't study the circle, so you technically don't have it. But in the purposes of this, because you weren't sure of the actual, I'll say that you have it.
I get
Okay.
to
You
visit.
can port to the tree whenever you want. I'm gonna give that to you because, as in knowing the spell, you would have done that. I feel like because
Oh yeah.
You tend to
No,
actually
that was
use-
when we started talking about the rule, and I was like,
Yeah,
alright, this
I
is
think-
the city.
I
for
think we
us.
all didn't understand. Yeah, what that spell did, but I'll just say fuck it. Sure. For a narrative stand.
I'm okay with this.
Do you want to go back to the tree?
Sure.
So is this what what your tactics are. You just go from city to city and do some business and then run to the next
we'll be
city.
back.
What?
I'm glad you decided to go with the words.
You're going to come back here?
Yeah.
Why?
We have to throw Carla Lily's head into the maw.
What?
Did we not tell you that?
It sounds a lot worse than what it sounds like.
You're insane. You're all insane. Yeah, that's kind of been our whole driving point of this whole...
No,
Don't judge me. You literally did the exact same thing.
His little
Stop
nose.
twitching.
No, his little nose.
I'm gonna summon my gazer.
No.
Okay, you summon your gazer as he's sitting there, and you summon him. He doesn't know what's going on. He sees you glaring at Vondas and goes, and just starts spitting at Vondas. And Vondas says, "Stop it! Oh God!" And he's kind of, but he was like studying you, sort of, and then you start spitting on him, and it's
now the shield Vondas.
You shield Vondas, and the gazer is taken aback, goes, and starts spitting on you.
Start spitting on him.
Okay, he will not stop. It is just constant spit.
I'm just looking at the ship.
While this is happening in the background, you see the ship, and now I want you. I'm not going to say you really need to make a perception check on this because it's happening. It's pretty obvious. There is her ship, which is slowly moving throughout the city. You see large spotlights kind of looking around. There is also one other helicopter moving around. This town had 2 helicopters. It now has 1 helicopter. And that one is out, moving around and shining lights everywhere. There are other of like military vehicles going throughout the city. It looks like the city's on lockdown right now, and they're just roving the streets, searching.
Okay. Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea then.
Sleep over at the treehouse?
I didn't want to go all the way back there, but it seems like it's a moot point to stay here.
It makes sense with your plan anyway. You want to bring her to the tree.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of like every good thing, fuck off. We have
Get her out of
buffer.
her territory.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I want to start doing the circle.
So you start making the teleportation circle. Vondas is still kind of like, he kind of struggles out of your grasp as the gazer is now totally concentrated on you, and I feel like you're totally concentrated on, because now it's the principle of the matter.
He's disrespecting
Who
me.
will stop spitting on each other first is the loser. So, and he thinks the same, and you think the same, so it's just happening. And Vondas kind of crawls out and goes, as you're drawing the circle, "What? But what is the main goal here? Was it only to awaken the maw? You said you want to kill Carla Lily, is that correct? Are you going to attack her now and kill her now and then leave, or are you just going to flee? What is happening?"
We're kind of at a disadvantage here.
I would say so.
So we're just biding our time, maybe getting her isolated if we go back home. Oh,
that's not a terrible idea. And where are we heading back to?
The Lacuna tree.
Oh. Very well. And he just kind of grows quiet.
You can stay hidden, right?
I can stay hidden from certain creatures, yes.
You
Are the blights about? Yes, I should be able to stay hidden from them.
Or you can jump in my bag.
Are there any fae? Any dark fae creatures?
Well, we haven't been there since it happened, so I don't know.
Most likely bugs. It's fine, alright.
You're part of the team now. It's not like anything's going to touch you.
Wynon was okay when he was with us.
Oh, the half-elf?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Then that should be fine, I guess. Just the the old PTSD. Okay, so you finished
drawing... dress up as a wolf when we're there?
Why would you even say that? He killed my... I need a drink. And he starts hopping.
No!
To go get a drink.
Vondas, wait.
Yes.
When we go to the tree.
That means he stopped. My gazer won.
That's true.
You go, "Wait, Vondas," and as you do that, he goes, "Wait, Vondas," and he goes over and then goes behind Astride with his little eyes poking out, and he's because he won, but now he's behind like his mother essentially, so you can't beat him up.
I will kill that creature. We'll get a drink at the tree.
There's booze there?
Yes.
Whiskey?
Yes.
You might want to take some with you though.
I may need that.
just go to the bar, open up my bag, and just put everything in there.
Alright, so you go downstairs to the bar and just start, as you guys are preparing, your circle is done. You finish just throwing booze into... Now, it doesn't make any noise because you're throwing it in the bag of holding. So it's just like... Click, 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 click.
Wait, I want to take one of like the most
disappearing.
potent things, like really shitty, like strong alcohol.
Everclear.
Yeah, like Everclear, and just take it before you dump it in the bag. So we're done here.
Should we set flame to the room?
That's exactly what.
Okay.
Why I took the booze.
All right. Yes.
All right, so everybody go through. I'll see you on the other side.
All right.
I want to douse the room in the booze, and I want to project another illusion of Draxia's symbol outside of the building.
Ooh. So you very calmly, everybody goes through your portal, and you're it's just Esther soaking the room, and I'm gonna say you have a couple of bottles of this, soaking it in it. And as it's all, the smell is like intense.
Like rubbing
as you
alcohol.
do, and
Just like at the Fop House.
like a burning symbol of it. So you do it, and you wait a second, and you see spotlights fill this room, and you start seeing and bullets just start ripping into this.
Catch a fireball and fall into that.
As the room, you see it getting shredded apart, more and more light filling it, as you see the fire kind of just engulf the entire room. Looks like they're destroying it too. It's just cinders and broken wood.
I hope
as
that
you
was
fall.
caught on film to strike fear to the people.
Pretty cool.
As you all pop out, you pop out of the teleportation circle that is within the underground ancient Drow laboratory, where you originally fought Lucien by Piran.
Oh, is that where it was?
Yes, that is. It's connected to his in the Mage Tower as well, but this is the home one. So his in the Mage Tower, he created it to go there and back. Now you've created one, but yours was temporary, so it's destroyed. So now the only other...
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So you pop out there, and you're hanging out now there in this... So you guys, this is the first time you guys have seen this. You're in a massive underground cavern. Not the Lacuna Tree, you can't recognize it right away. It's very dark. There seems to be some sort of strange altar in the center of the room. There's like large metal cages kind of broken and then fallen on the other side of the room. Some hanging cages still up by the ceiling. There's some tables with like weird chemicals on them, and a lot of which is broken. I believe there's like a book or two sitting there, and just a very strange, gross ass place. There's also like spider webs all over the portal that you just came out of. Because if you remember, he threw webs all over that area.
Sticky.
Just be careful of any lingering traps.
Traps.
The person I fought down here had some planted, and
Can we do a perception check?
Of this area?
Yes.
By all means, go ahead and roll perception and tell me what you get.
Fuck a doodle doodle.
Now I gotta pull up Elmira.
I got a 10.
Been a while since we got... It's dark. What you do notice is that there are massive roots kind of running through the ceiling. So you assume you are very close to the Lacuna Tree. Very close. Maybe not sure how far those roots go. They're huge, as the tree is huge. And yeah, this place sucks. It smells nasty. It's like very musty, and that's it. It's an unpleasant place to be.
Okay.
When do we want to bring Carla here? Should we wait?
Yeah, so should she send a messenger to tell her... I imagine we can set up something, like a good
I can get her
tactical
attention.
area to fight her at, like maybe this place.
that's not a good idea.
But yeah, I would send a messenger.
Now or
To-
wait?
How long do you think it would take her by ship to get here? Like half a day?
To the Lacuna Tree itself? Oh darn, I don't think I have my map. So, remembering kind of where it was, she's in Stillport. With her ship, but more than a day. Maybe 2 days.
Well, we could set
Because her
up
ship
here.
is fast,
Yeah.
but so I'm going to say probably 2 days
Should we
top.
wait at least a day, get ready,
Yeah.
and then take those 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, what's the plan?
You want to see how the city's doing?
Yeah.
I want to go into the local teleporter.
We should
Bondus
also.
is hanging out of your bag of holding. And
Nice.
he's just drinking.
We
You
should
see the bottle is
also-
floating. He's not holding it with his hand, it's just floating, and he's...
Wow. I think my life is complete.
Let's go!
Alright. We should also be looking for the perfect place to fight her at. Some place that we could get her back to a wall where she wouldn't be able to have, like, reinforcements come in. I'm guessing
We
this
need-
area...
This cavern is enclosed.
Mhm.
If that's kind of what you're saying, is it is just like a giant like cave
Yeah.
with the only other tunnels, or what maybe used to be a tunnel, is completely collapsed
Mhm.
and like overrun with rubble. So it looks like it's a closed off area, the only way in or out of which is this teleporter or busting through the fucking ceiling upward. But again, you're not sure how deep underground you are right now.
We
Drow
can,
tend to be pretty deep underground.
we can meet her at the teleporter, tell her that's a meeting spot, and then bring her down here and just
We
negotiate.
need to be careful about her ship.
We should tell her to come alone if she wants any chance of restoring the mall.
But
back
she
to-
could come alone on her ship.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that ship did to us?
Yeah, but if she destroys us, she destroys the mall.
That's true.
Yeah.
Plus, her ship wouldn't be able to hammer into the tree itself. I have a feeling.
I can't tell if you were nodding at your thing or you were agreeing.
I was nodding at my thing, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So, I don't think a mortal ship can take down the Lacuna tree. I have full faith in this wood.
He's just saying this now, walking around the cavern.
I say
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but when you did your history check on the Lacuna tree, I had said
Yeah.
before, many wars have been fought over these kinds of trees,
yeah.
Yeah.
even against these trees, and they are hardy fucking.
just
So,
in case,
I'm not afraid.
They're
we
very.
should have maybe a backup plan to pop out if we need to.
So
I
run
can.
away.
Yeah, just in case.
Why don't you set up a teleporter
Where?
outside of the tree somewhere?
That-
Oh, we have to meet with the goblins.
Yeah, let's see how they're doing. Let's
But
feel the
but
city
yes,
out first.
I like
Oh,
the
there's
idea.
your
Of,
army.
I like the idea of having a
3
plan
goblins.
Well, no,
They've been
here for like
repopulating.
a week or two
Yeah, they
now,
have.
right?
Yeah, they have.
So
B. So, all right. So we need to come up with a plan B. Should I try to start? You should try to open up the tunnels since you can move Legos.
make an
I could-
underground.
I could see what the tunnels are.
I gotta take Vondus to the military inn and meet up with my buddies, get the goblins.
Oh, good. Goblins, why not?
What else do we have to get ready before this starts? I can start making IEDs and putting them all around this place.
Yeah, but let's get the contacting Carla. That's like when shit has to get real. But just keep an open mind, I guess, for trapping this place up.
Okay.
So
All right.
how are we starting?
So what are you doing first?
Let's go back out onto the surface level and just see how things are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys all head through the teleporter. You bamf up to the mage tower, which is kind of fucked. There's tree roots busting like through it. It's like it's almost destroyed. Looks like it actually destroyed like the middle part. Like the tower is pretty much gone. It's almost like this top room is like shifted to the right. The only reason that this thing was alive is because the root missed it just a bit. So you come up and just, oh shit, root, or branch, and you kind of start moving alongside of it, climb over it a little bit, and the wall is destroyed and it opens right out to sort of like a craggly looking branch. Almost like a hand just kind of smashed through it, and you're kind of walking down the arm now as you go back out into the higher level of the of Elmira. You look upon the city, and it is kind of as you remember it, dark, from the shade of the tree, and the general gloom that now hangs over the entire forest. Though it is as I said, probably late afternoon, there is like very little sunlight coming in here now. Whereas before there was still, it was bright, you know, it was nice during the day. There's something wrong, you know, even the air is a little sick. And as you come out, you see big sort of like swarms like of bugs as they just sort of move and flow through. And there are small creatures moving down by the street as you make your way down the branch. You get a little closer to find that these little creatures, they notice you. And you do see that they are goblins. And they immediately just start, and like some of them start throwing like sharpened pieces of metal like up at the branch, and there's like, and they
I want to
start
shout
charging
halt in Goblin.
in Goblin.
Yeah.
All right, so you shout halt in Goblin, and one of them one of them goes, huh, and like kind of cocks his head, and the other like four are just like, and like running straight at you just viciously.
I want to scream, "We are friends with Sneak."
At the mention of Sneak, the one that kind of cocked his head is like, wow! You hear that he goes, wait, he said Sneak, and they're like, what? And he goes, he said Sneak, stop! And they're like, okay. You guys just hear vicious snarling and like nasty noises. And they all kind of stop and they hold just, it's like pieces of wood with just shrapnel at the end tied up. It looks like they broke off pieces of things and just used it. One of them just has like 3 broken bottles kind of at the end, just sticking up like, ugh.
I want to tell them to bring us to Sneak, Shoot, and who's the other one? Stab?
Slash.
Yeah,
Sneak, shoot,
You always
slash.
forget the last one.
So, they kind of, and the one that originally stopped kind of moves forward, and you see that he has on what looks like it used to be the robes of one of the elven like people here, ripped and torn up and just made into like a little sash that he has around here with like some little sharpened like knives, almost like throwing knives because they're tiny, around here, and he comes up and he puts like a dagger, behind his back, and he goes, "How do you know Sneak?"
We are partners.
Partners.
War partners.
He looks at you. Are you guys looking as you normally do? You're not hidden anymore?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So he looks at you.
I want to just like brandish the staff at
The tree, yeah.
Oh, Sneak's friends. These are the ones.
And the goblins are like, and they all start getting closer now and just touching you. And they like want to touch your legs and like they're feeling your clothes, and one of them starts gnawing on one of your boots as they're just like, whoa, amazed. One of them is now sneakily trying to take your shoe, your left shoe. He's trying to untie it and take
I
it
want
from
to
himself.
backhand him.
You backhand the shit out of him, and he and then like crawls away, and then goes into sort of the brush of the leaves, and then just like, is like watching you. And the other one is like,
Okay. We will take you to Sneak. Follow me.
and he starts making his way down the branch. As you guys start following him, as you guys walk down the main road towards the Elder's Tower, which is where you defeated the Elder and Sneak slit her throat, and there was much joy. You start making your way down there, and you do see that amidst all the destruction, you don't see any of the blights walking around. There are no blights. And none of the tree creatures. There are plenty of bugs. Some of the goblins seem to be riding
Nice, like beetles.
big ass fucking beetles, exactly, and just like swarms of nasty insects. There's one goblin walking. He seems to have a tree branch, like a broken off branch, and at the end seems to be this gnarly looking like wasp nest. And there's just a bunch of vicious like bugs swarming around it as he's just like, and you see he's got horrible stings and bites on his body, but he's just, and like some of them fly around. He's like, just he seems to have tamed these bugs in some way.
Tamed.
They seem to be making weapons out of these creatures. Some of them look like they have like bug hides.
I
You
like
know what I mean,
this.
like as armor. And there's a couple of goblins walking around up here. You guys probably spot there's maybe about 20, just sort of walking about, doing whatever, drinking, eating, hanging out, fighting each other. and you enter the Elder's Tower. The doors are still fucking destroyed. There was no attempt to try to, like, make it better. The bodies, there are no more bodies of the elven people. There are, like you could see dried, like, blood that stained kind of the wood. That like, a lot of it sort of leads back towards, like, where the staircases are, the elevators for the rest of the tree. Because a lot of the bodies were just taken. You start making your way up the staircase of the Elder's Tower. I guess you could take the... Do you want to take the elevator? I guess you could take the elevator instead.
Sure.
Okay, so you all pile into the elevator and they wait. And if you remember, instead of making like a ding sound, it goes... Because now it's like evil, so the tree is sad. It goes... As you start moving up. Constitution saving throw, Alex.
Oh, my, 22.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
So you, as you rise...
It's evil now.
You're sitting there... But you're good. You keep it in. One of the goblins like, what the fuck? You reach the top as it opens, and you start making your way into the elders, where the elders' room is. Standing in front of the elders' room is one goblin who seems to have like bug pieces as armor, like a big kind of chest plate that was made out of the back of some kind of beetle with like spikes, and he has looks like the pincers of a beetle.
They took over the insects in this tree.
Yeah. You see like the sharp, like smaller mandibles kind of hanging here, and then the large pincers up there, almost like a big Viking helmet or like a samurai helmet he's wearing. And he has a spear that has basically an axe made out of just what looks like sharpened, nasty metal that they found from somewhere. Just a big, heavy fucking piece of wood is the handle. And he goes,
Wait, who goes there?
and they explain, friends of Sneak, and he looks,
Oh, you may pass.
and opens up the door. He's got a groggly little voice for such a small goblin. And you guys start making your way through to see there are a couple of goblins in this room already, and they're all standing and listening to Sneak as Sneak is talking to them. He is standing on where the bed of the elder used to be. There is just like broken like skeleton pieces from the elves, from some of the bodies. There are broken bugs, killed dead bugs and their carapaces or whatever, all kind of piled up into this makeshift sort of throne that and sort of junk stuff that Sneak is standing on as he is talking to them all. And he goes,
We are growing many in number, but there are still more out there, still more that we can give shelter to, and we can grow and become...
And he looks and sees you three come in. He goes,
Friends!
and he goes running towards you. The goblins sort of like, and they like ready their weapons, and then they all kind of move as he makes his way through, and he just opens up his arms for some hugs.
I want to embrace him.
He goes over and he hugs you, and Vandus is in your pack, and he goes, what? And he hugging you, and then he goes over and he hugs your leg, Esther, as you're very tall. Or actually, yeah, he's really tall, isn't he?
He's normal.
All right. So
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, and then goes over and he goes to hug you. Do you let him hug you after?
Sure.
He hugs your leg, and he looks up and he looks at your gazer, and he goes, eh. And the gazer's like, and he just kind of looks at me and goes,
What brings you friends?
War.
Oh, good.
and he turns to his people,
Go. You know your jobs.
and they all,
I want to tell him to wait.
the what?
I want to tell Sneak to tell him to wait.
Oh, hold.
And they all,
Come
and they all kind of like stand. He goes,
back.
and they start skimmering back in.
The war isn't here yet, but we're expecting some very powerful enemies, and we're going to fight here on the street. So I need you to get as many men as possible. I want, personally, 12 guys and shoot with me. I have a special mission. I want them to be the most loyal and the strongest of your soldiers. I'll take them under my wing, and Shoot will be the commander.
12?
12.
Okay, I will find.
And since you're helping us out, I want to pull out the trident and hand it to him as a weapon, the big golden trident. I feel like a weapon such as this is only suitable for the king of the
like a
Lacuna tree.
torpedo?
No, this is the trident that, like, they had. And and you see the end of it kind of and sparks with electricity, and he's like,
Too heavy, but I knew who.
and he goes towards the front door, and he
Yes.
goes,
I was gonna give it to.
and he goes, here, and the other one goes, oh.
Oh,
And he's
there's
just
all the
very,
charges.
he's very excited.
He's like the gatekeeper from Thor. The
yeah,
guy.
but the goblin version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all bug armor. So he lets the door shut as you just hear outside of the door. Very excited goblin. He goes,
very good. That will help. That will help.
So, what about you guys? What do you think?
Enlisting these guys to.
Well, I wanna make my own personal group.
I have an idea.
Equip them with firearms. I will teach them how to clean, how to operate, how to use them. Shoot will be their commander,
Oh my god, we have the arsenal.
and we have the arsenal to equip them with.
We could also, if we want a bigger army,
stop laughing. Stop laughing. Go on, I'm sorry.
we could kill all the gnomes and I could bring them back as skeletons and we can arm them.
What does Vonda say? What does Vonda say to this?
What? What did you say?
Nothing. Have another drink.
I think I will.
This is his hell right now.
You know what? And he falls unconscious into the bag of holding.
I want to go and try to pull him out.
And you got his ears.
I
and
don't
you pull him
know.
out and
I don't
just-
know if they could breathe in there.
Yeah,
There was no air in there.
Okay, so I want to throw his legs up over the bag so he's like hanging out of it.
Okay.
And just
Like a dead rabbit.
Yeah, just let him sleep.
He's
there.
just kind of like resting on your shoulder.
Okay, yeah, I'll wrap him around my
That's,
shoulder.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you do, he kind of and sort of snuggles up to the warmth of your neck. And you just nice. And so he goes,
Food.
No.
Food. Oh.
The one thing you can't eat. He's very special to me. He's a friend.
Friends taste best.
No,
Okay.
this one isn't edible. He's poisoned.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yes.
How bad the poison?
Deadly.
Okay.
That's why he's just
A
passed
little
out.
bit of poison is a thing.
Just like blowfish, pufferfish.
or giant poisonous bugs that they've
That-
probably been eating for the
Getting
like,
high off
past
of.
week. Yeah.
Alright, so I need 12 goblins.
12 gobs.
Shoot. I'm gonna need your assistance
Okay.
to equip them, but then I'll take over from there. What do you guys want to do to prepare for this war?
My offer still stands.
We could.
Oh, the gnomes.
I do feel like gnomes are a little too small to use, but
It's up to you and how you feel, because Bondus will hate you if we do it.
Yeah,
He won't really have any obligation to help us anymore.
Yeah,
that's
I don't really think gnomes would be that. Like, if we could get the cult members to bring hostages, and then we can convert them into zombies, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, I'll see. How far away are they? They're in Valnar.
I believe they're not in Valnar.
They were on the way to Valnar.
The gnomes you're talking about?
No,
No.
the
I'm sorry.
cult.
Scratch the nose.
Per cult.
Her cult, they, let's see, because the teleportation was instantaneous. You sent them out before your long rest,
Yeah.
correct?
You said they were going to Valnar.
They're probably still like 3 days away from Valnar. They're on the road.
We
It's
don't
gonna take
we
them
don't
a
have to
while get
rush
there.
this fight though.
Yeah.
We could prepare and then say like a week's pass and see where we're at. If you're cool with that, but
Oh,
Yeah.
take your time.
How-
Do whatever you guys want. I
How
don't
long
care.
would it take them to get from Valnar to here?
From Valnar to here, with the forest, with how dangerous the forest is, it's probably gonna take them like another maybe 4 days to get from Valnar to here.
plus we could escort them. They could travel along the river, which is relatively safe.
Because I think it took you guys about 3 days to get there,
Mm-hmm.
to get to Valnar. It's gonna take them like an extra day to be fighting through, if they survive the nastiness of the corrupted forest, which is now a pretty fucking dangerous place to be.
We can meet them at the river and just escort them through the forest back to the tree.
I mean, don't forget, I still have 3 ghouls and 1 undead dire wolf.
That will come in handy. But again,
That's a big motherfucker.
we could tell them to come meet us, and the strongest will survive. Those aren't fit to survive the forest, aren't fit to fight our war.
I'm having flashbacks from some of our other D&Ds. I'm having flashbacks. Go on.
How many can you raise at once? Like raise dead?
So I think it's 3 for my 1 spell. 3. And I think the other one is 4.
Okay.
So 7 total, I think. Yeah, just give me bodies.
So just like 3 more though because of the current ones you have?
No, I could cast it again.
What about these dead bodies making up the throne of the elves? They're a few weeks old. For soldiers, I will make you a throne of gold.
You see, some of them are broken, kind of beyond repair. They wouldn't be very useful to you. But there are a couple of solid whole skeletons. And he sort of...
Oh, there are many bodies hanging from front of tree.
That is true.
They are pinned to the tree. Many bodies.
Oh,
How did
isn't
we
that your
forget
symbol?
about that?
We could just ask
100, maybe.
I don't want to ruin the symbol.
Well, a
goblins
few
and
bodies. We will replace them with Carla's people if she chooses to disobey our blatant commands.
But from the throne, you could probably salvage about 3 or 4 skeletons, if you want.
No zombies or ghouls?
No, they have eaten the flesh off of any bodies possible.
Sneak,
They've left the bodies over there.
Have you come into contact with any royal soldiers or anything in the woods?
Oh, yes.
Did you dispatch them?
Yep.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Do you have their
We
bodies?
found some killing gobs. We found, we ate them. But some have guns and training, armor. We took. We have.
If you come across any other such parties, save their bodies for us. I know.
Okay.
There'll be plenty of meat in the future.
Okay.
So you're gonna have an army of zombies. I'm gonna have an army of goblins, and you're gonna have an army of trees.
Yeah,
This is pretty awesome.
Army of trees. Trees can't do anything.
Plus your goblins are
Who do you
on the
think made
bugs that
the-
have bugs.
Symbol of bodies on the front.
Tree? Oh yes, all the tree creatures.
He can
What
control
happened to
some.
Down into
Oh, we haven't been back
Down.
down there.
into
And he gets on the ground and kind of rubs the wood floor.
and he goes, they were up and then I part of tree.
Yeah.
Magic. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All the other guys go, and they're all just kind of copying what's happening right now.
So I
And
guess
watching intently.
the actual blights might not be out unless the tree's under attack or...
Mm-hmm. Carla might
Yeah.
do that.
So at the very least we'll have the zombies and goblins.
And your tree people.
And my one big one at least.
If war, we have bugs.
And
Bugs.
Big bugs.
How?
Plus
What you mean?
You controlled them?
No. We train them. A bug comes. We capture in cage. We stand. We poke. We stab. We let out of cage. We whack with a stick. It goes back in cage. We open up cage. We whack with a stick. Goes back. Until it learns.
Genius.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these do you have?
We
14 million.
that many? Many.
Okay.
Not so good with numbers.
More than us?
Yes. 1, 5, 3. Yes.
Okay.
Plus, I'm sure the tree will defend itself.
You could be in command of the insect platoon.
Oh yeah. Sort of insects or whatever.
I think she has that too. You guys are both...
We have different.
Oh, you do? I thought you had Swarm of Insects that you did all the time.
Mm-mm.
Or you
that
had
was
Insect Plague.
I have the.
You have swarm of like.
No, I have insect plague. It's the same thing.
Hold
What
on.
was the thing that you used to put in people's burgers?
Infestation.
Oh, yeah. To the burgers. Such a
Okay.
far away.
So, once the men for me are acquired, I'll take my leave.
Oh,
Wait. Are there any animals left
animals?
in the forest?
Yes.
Any big wolves?
Yes.
I thought we had more zombie wolves.
That would be awesome.
Some we have.
You have?
Down. Bottom of tree.
Caged up.
Yes, we catch in cage. We open cage. We whack with a stick. And they run back. We open cage, eats a couple of us, and we keep whacking with stick. Big wolves hard. We kill them. Smaller wolves we can do.
Did you eat the bodies?
Mostly.
Is there some left?
You have to go
We
down.
could check out their
Yeah.
stock.
If you go down, Hunter's nowhere.
Okay.
I think Shoot knows where. Shoot down. What else?
I think we make some zombies.
Yeah.
Zombie wolves.
Did that Lacuna juice heal?
Mm-hmm.
We should just equip everybody with that too. Make
No.
them extra beefy.
It's gone.
No, never gone. But
Can't put it in a
Bottles?
bottle.
You can't put it in the bottle?
No, he talks to you. You can hear when we remove it from the pool, and then drink it. It's not magic anymore. It's only magic when it's in the pool. You must drink it from the pool. Usually with your hands. Even if you put it in a cup, it stops.
Okay.
Or just drink it from itself.
It has to be like connected to the body of
Kind
water.
of, yeah.
We could designate one or two goblins to bring the injured and throw them into the pool.
Yeah, medics, field medics.
That way they keep coming
What's
back
a
out.
medic?
Medic is someone who takes a wounded soldier and instead of eating him, nurses him back to full strength.
Jerry!
And he points, and there's a goblin standing there, and you see that he has like equipped to him like a saw, like a wood saw covered in blood, and he has what looks like a dirty syringe in his hand. He goes,
Yeah, and he goes, Doctor! That's Dr. Jerry! Jerry, be medic. I be medic.
and some juice comes out of the thing.
I can do.
Oh.
I cut off legs.
We just run out a garden hose from the
I was thinking that, but they said
like a camelback backpack, but it's the whole fucking.
I was thinking like plumbing, but I'm
Fuck
like,
you, Carlo.
obviously you don't think that. I was like, I doubt you want that to be a thing.
You
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
That you're technically
Yeah.
putting it in another container.
So I want to explain to him the basic principles of being like a field medic. You know, putting.
Oh,
the
to Jerry?
Yeah, to Jerry.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make this a character.
Okay.
Jerry, the goblin medic.
I also want him to have an assistant in case Jerry goes down.
Barry!
Jerry and Barry.
Barry is Jerry, brother.
Okay.
Barry the
that's
nurse.
Awful.
And I want to explain to them about bringing the bodies to the pool. And the pool is going to heal them.
They're listening. They're very excited.
And
Barry, it seems, has these horrible. It looks like a torture device. These big clamps, like sharp
Torture
clamps.
devices.
Looks like what doctors use to rip your teeth out in like scary cartoons. And so, like what looks like a backpack that Jerry unfurls to like all of these like tools.
okay.
And he goes, we used to take out arrows, to cut off arms,
Perfect.
to cut off legs, to take out eyes, to bash in heads, to do this.
You know, like just pointing at very simple. Like if a goblin gets stabbed, this is what he uses to pull it out. Like that's all they are at this point.
So I want to stress, like, once someone is wounded, you don't eat them. You bring them back to the pool.
We eat legs.
No.
No.
They have to be 100% back and ready to fight as soon as possible. So you rush your ass to the pool, heal them up, and then you all run back up here and keep collecting bodies.
What that one? Barry the nurse is seems to be writing it all down with like a piece of, like a pen that he found in the because in the city.
So.
Stop the bleeding.
Uh-huh.
And once you stop the bleeding, you throw them in the pool. They should be good to go. Just keep running up and down with the injured.
Make a slide instead of the elevator.
A body shoot
Like this?
into the pool. Perfect. That's perfect.
Is that a sad face?
Yeah, it says you because it's a bald, sad man getting a dick peeing on him.
Okay.
That's what he was drawing.
It looks like
you
a chef
explained
hat.
it for like 15 minutes, and he was drawing that for 15 minutes.
Got it! Someone
that
hurt?
would be funny to have like a shoot into the pool. Just push the dead bodies and they come back up.
Dead. No.
Well, not dead.
We
You
tried.
know what I meant.
Mhm.
Injured.
But like, wah! And
Yeah.
you put them in and it all goes in.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay.
All right. And
Smart.
now I'm going to talk to the 12 soldiers once they get them.
Okay, so Sneak tells you to go down to the bottom of the tree to go and talk to Shoot, because Shoot would know the better people to use gun. That's what you want to use as guns. So he's like, go down to Shoot. Shoot would know. Like the hunters will probably be able to help you.
I'll take the weapons I'm going to need from you now. I'll just throw them in my bag or something.
What are you taking?
Ammo. Right, so I'm going to have 2 snipers.
Okay, you have 2 very you're getting common.
Yeah, I know.
Straight up, I'm giving
I
you
know.
just normal shit. So yeah, 2 common
It's going to
snipers.
be 2 snipers. Here,
I'll
let me-
write all this shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notes. Alright. So, 2 snipers, extra ammo. 3 shotguns, extra ammo. Everything's gonna have ammo with it.
Okay.
3 rifles. 8. And
Couple of handguns.
yeah, I guess we'll have some 4. The remaining will be like handguns.
Okay.
So yeah, that's 12. 4 handguns. All right.
Okay. So you're heading down to the bottom of the tree. Anywhere you want to go to start formulating with these goblins. I fucking love this, by the way. This is.
I'm kind of just observing because
I
I'm
should
kind of
take
like
you with me.
trepidatious about the whole thing, but I'm just kind of like,
I'm gonna say you're probably just kind of walking the streets then, just chilling.
okay,
Thank you.
Or do you just want to be
No,
like
I'm not
in like a room?
following them.
Okay.
Okay,
So we'll all go.
Not
together.
really like engaged in the conversation though.
Thinking? Okay. And Astride, where does Astride want to go? What does Astride want to do?
You're just talking to soldiers?
Yeah, but they also have the animal stock down there too.
I want to go.
Okay. All right. So you guys are all heading down to the bottom of the tree. So as you make your way out of the Elder's Tower, you start making your way down the main kind of thoroughfare. You see that the goblins that you were talking to are now just crawling down the side of the tower, like talking to each other. Some of them are still watching you go, as they were just very curious. As you're walking, every once in a while, a goblin sort of pops out of an area, just and just kind of checking you guys out. You reach the elevators. There is only one working elevator. It seems that they broke the other ones, but they don't seem to really use them because they just literally scale the tree because they're goblins. Is one of you texting me?
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
one of you
in.
guys? Okay. So you start riding the elevator down. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's good. I got 28.
You don't have to answer now.
You sent this to me?
Yeah.
Is this pertaining to this? I'll read this on the break. Is that okay? All right, because that's a lot. What'd you get?
28.
All right, so you keep it down. And the tree starts, or the elevator starts going around the whole tree as it normally does. And as you kind of see, you can really see the forest at this point, and it is just not good. It is fucking terrible to behold. What is that?
Garage door.
Oh, maybe the garage door, yeah. So it is awful. The forest looks sick. Every once in a while, you can still see swarms of bugs, sort of going.
Trees shaking.
Yes, every once in a while, you'll see and bugs and gnarly looking birds will kind of scatter from that tree. Whatever's doing that, you don't know. There just seems to be some nasty shit in that forest now. Every once in a while you see like a fucking giant like stag beetle just kind of like, and there's like a bird flying and a stag beetle will just like take it out and go back into the forest. A bad fucking place. You get down to the middle of the tree middle like sort of area. You just keep going past that because you're going all the way to the bottom. So you ride the elevator all the way to the bottom. You're at the bottom. You pass by as the elevator goes around. You pass by the massive bodies still sitting there, rotting. More flesh has fallen off. Bugs have been eating the shit out of them. It seems, but some of them are like mostly skeletal, as just things have been feasting on them.
Let's see what they have, and then I'll decide.
Every once in a while, you'll see a goblin kind of crawl down there, cut off a piece, and like crawl back,
like
and
jerky.
just like eating it. Yeah, sort of.
Sun bleached.
Yeah,
sun-dried
like,
jerky.
Some of them, the skeletons are still held there by the huge pieces of wood just through the rib cages, so they're just hanging out. All the dried blood has poured down like black now down the side of the trunk of the tree. It's a very upsetting thing to witness if you're somebody who lived in that city, but you guys don't
have a heart.
You get down to the bottom where there does seem to be already sort of a group of goblins, and you see that they're all sitting and listening to Shoot, and Shoot it looks like practicing with them, and Shoot has a bow, and they're like, okay, and you see all the other ones like going, and they like let go. They don't have bows in their hands, and Shoot is sort of aiming. There's like a little target on the other end, which is a dead goblin, who's just sort of pinned there, and it's like Shoot's bow arrow goes right in. The other goblins are kind of trying to like imitate it, and does seem to be like a bunch of cages. And a couple of like wolves kind of like sleeping and hanging out. They have like chain collars around their necks. But they're not dire wolves, they're just normal wolves. Looks like they can't tame like corrupted giant dire wolves. Looks like that's just too much for them.
Do they have any bodies though? Because he was saying they were trying.
None that you can see from right here.
Okay.
This is right now, like you came, the front of the tree is sort of like where they are gathering. Like they have like sort of a camp right there. Again, which makes sense. That's where things would be showing up to follow the trail. And yeah, just practicing. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to call upon Shoot.
And Shoot turns around.
Friend!
I want to go over, hug him, whatever.
And hugs you back.
So, I talked with King Sneak, and he agreed for you to be in charge of a special elite fighting group that I'm gonna put together.
Makes sense.
Your new title is gonna be Sergeant Shoot.
Sergeant Shoot.
Then we're gonna get 12 goblins, equip them with special weapons. I will train you all how to use them, how to take care of them, and how to travel as a team. You will be in charge of them. I'm in charge of you.
Okay.
So once we get this team together, we could start training.
One condition.
What?
I only do one condition. I want the pet.
Pet? What pet?
And she points to the wolves that are kind of sleeping. She goes,
Bigger.
You want a pet direwolf?
Yes. Too hard to train. Hard to get.
We have
Too mean.
someone very special fighting with us who uses direwolves to fight their wars.
I want.
I can dominate beast, and I can tell it to listen.
Holy
I can do that.
Shit.
I don't even have to kill it.
You give me Big Wolf.
He could use as a mount.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
I
can
want
do
Big
it.
Woof.
Okay.
Wolfies.
We after a long rest. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
oh yeah, we haven't rested yet. So getting a
So damn
success.
tired.
Best Special weapons? Guns?
Guns.
Okay. Best shooters.
They have to
Me.
be loyal. They have to have the highest amount of courage. They can't be the ones running away from this fight. We have to fight.
Oh. Kirsten, no.
And you see one of the goblins
Oh, no, I can't, no.
and leaves.
And they have to be able to listen to simple directions.
The rest of
Bye,
you-
everybody!
This most trainable group. Hunters. I lead.
Right hand on head, and you see like some of them just put their hands up. One of them does a handstand. One of them is not paying attention, just sort of biting its nails. Another one covers its eyes and then peeks and covers its eyes again. And one of them puts its right hand on its head, and it's just like a mess. It's like
Gonna be work.
Alright, he's gonna be the commanding officer.
the one that did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna serve directly under you.
The one doing a handstand is like very upset that you didn't pick him.
Okay.
So, Shoot agrees.
Okay.
And yeah, so I guess you can start training them whenever you want. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna be out.
Do you want to start teaching them how
Yeah,
to, like,
right
what a
now
gun is?
I'm gonna teach them how to take care of the
Okay.
guns.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Mhm.
to train these goblins to use these guns in a way that they're not going to blow their own fucking head off or kill you or each other, it's probably going to take you a full day.
Oh yeah, I
training.
imagine this is gonna be my sole job
Like,
now. I'm
this is
gonna
be
be
a montage.
pretty much out of game right now.
Essentially,
Yeah,
yes. Like,
that's what
this is going to
Yeah.
take a while.
a week
you know.
at least.
They are, the one thing that I have for my world is that goblins are very good at the one thing that they learn how to do. What you won't be able to do is teach a goblin how to use all those
Multiple,
weapons.
yeah.
No fucking way.
Mhm.
But what you can do is teach one how to use a sniper
Yes.
rifle pretty well.
Okay.
And it'll learn it pretty good. Just like
Perfect.
they all pick something that they're good at and they stick with it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, like Sneak can't learn how to shoot.
Mhm.
Sneak is for stabbing. But Shoot is good at it.
That's
so-
why I chose him.
Exactly. So,
How are we gonna get back in touch with her and send this message when we're ready?
I can get her attention.
Scream real loud.
and you see Shoot just very excited, wants to be part of this
Are
conversation.
you going to elaborate on that, or is it a working idea?
They're all in Valnar.
Yeah.
It was very publicized what we did. I can get her attention. I can make a spectacle.
Are we gonna hurt Winan in the process?
Mm-mm.
Not that I care, but
I'm sure there's someone devoted enough that will be willing.
okay. And we're just gonna bring the fight here.
I guess that's what he wants to do.
All right, because I mean, then I guess we just wait. I don't really, personally, like out of game, I'm not. There's nothing really holding my character up. So like, if anybody has plans, then that's
You're just down to clown. with
I
whatever's
just
going on.
need the word and I will send the word.
okay.
About what you texted me before, is that something that you were thinking, or is that something that your character was thinking? Because totally reasonable, and I'm okay with it. But is that something that Esther would?
Yeah, I do, but I think the realism of the situation is even having something like that wouldn't necessarily help them at this point. I feel like, I don't know. Plus, I mean, I guess that would be like just a random thing we just learned about at one point. Maybe all this shit happening is like, hey, maybe that place actually exists.
Could be. There's also, she has the book on riffs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think you were there. You weren't in the library. Never mind.
I don't remember
You
what
don't know.
books I have.
Yeah, I think I'm going to abandon that idea.
Okay.
As much as I think it would help us.
That's fine. Just spent 2 hours making stuff for it. That's fine.
Well,
No, I'm
no, but for real though, is that like doable? Like, I don't think
It's completely doable, but not if you don't think it makes sense for the character to do it. Then don't do it.
Yeah, no,
And that's
kind of
if that's the hang-up, don't
the
absolutely
conclusion
don't do
I'm coming to.
it. Yeah.
I mean, but
Jeff thought about it and was
saying
like,
it
"This
out
would be a
loud,
good
though,
idea," but
saying it out loud though, especially coming back and seeing the throne room and shit, that might make him think, what other stuff do you know about that could be real now?
well, especially after everything that's just happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what the books are for. There's still a library here, kind of. It's sort of been destroyed.
I'll go there.
Okay. As they're doing their thing, you go to the library on the middle level of the, no, I think it's actually the top level. So you go to the library, and it was, like, ransacked. It doesn't look like the goblins even came in here. Actually, yes, they did. There's a corner of the library that was used as a toilet, essentially, with all the paper used as toilet paper. They are loving it. But you go, and a lot of the books that were here were written by the people of Elmir. Elves have long lives.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the writing was of biography, history of their own tribes, autobiographies, whatever, Talks of the Tree, a lot of fantasy novels, romantic novels, things like that. They basically made their own library in this place. It wasn't about a whole lot of actual textbooks or things or knowledge about the world. But there did seem to be a section on that. And as you look through that section, it looks like somebody has already beaten you to it and taken a good couple of these books. But I want you to roll a perception check. Actually, investigation, I'm sorry.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nat
Fuck, really?
Plus 7.
So, first of all, before I say anything, is there anything that you're specifically looking for right now
How to
that you
kill
want to use that
Captain
Nat 20 to fucking
Some
find?
sort
'Cause
of unholy weapon. Again, like the equivalent of like Excalibur, but for bad bitches like us.
Okay. So,
I tore apart that library.
yeah, you didn't roll Nat 20. Somebody did do a fucking number on this library, and
Not
you
the
have a
goblins.
feeling you know who did. So, as you're sifting through the books, you do find one that is
Excalibur
It's
for baddies.
old, even by like an elf standards. It's leather bound. It looks like it was probably handed down a couple of times. Like maybe they found it in their travels somewhere. And you start reading into it, and it talks about the Shadowfell in general, which is a different plane of existence. And as you're kind of sifting through it, you're reading about the Shadowfell itself, which is a pretty fucking terrible place. Everything is gloomy, everything sucks. You can get there through through rifts if they're able to open, or you can get there through planar travel, which is a very difficult spell to master for many people. And then you start reading as to why the Shadowfell is so dangerous. You're not able to really get, because you don't have a whole lot of time to sit there, I'm not going to have it that you learn the entire book. That'll be like over a long rest or short rest or something. But as you are, hold on, let me see if I have this. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my god. No.
Good thing whoever looked through it, it wasn't good.
Okay.
What did you say?
That's a good thing whoever looked through the library first wasn't good at finding what they wanted.
To be fair, I was just looking for familiar stuff.
Why does our thing suck so much?
What?
Just give me fucking 2 seconds. I just wasn't expecting you to get a
Nat 20.
fucking nat 20 on this shit. So I have to find what I made.
That's great.
Looks like our buddy Tom.
I'm sorry, everybody. Just give me a second.
You're fine. It's only 4:30.
I cannot remember what it's fucking called.
Hurry up.
Wow, stop. Oh.
This is bad.
Okay. you, amidst looking through this book on the Shadowfell, it goes over, there's like a brief section on what the Shadowfell is, but then it starts talking about like reasons not to go and reasons to stay away. And there is something to do with a terrible, cursed dagger that is within the Shadowfell that was tossed in there by the gods because of its horrific power and the way that it is. And it seems to only be called spite. That is the only word that seems to be associated with. That is its name. That is everything that, the only thing that anybody knows. Right now, you can read more into it. There seems to be people who have experienced it or people who have seen it.
Okay.
Or like, again, this is an old book. Tales from back then, but this is something you've never heard of. So it looks like maybe this book is one of the few things that knows about this thing. Perhaps. There's also information on the Shadowfell itself. So there's that book with that item in it.
Okay.
There is also just a book on planar travel in general. Just general information about the different planes of existence. It looks like there was a book on rifts and the dangers of rifts and things like that. It's just not there. It's like a label and it's gone.
Huh.
It's like boot, like an outline of it. It's just gone. I'm gonna say, fuck, man, natural 20. You also found what appears to be a book talking about various undersea, like, people. It just kind of caught your eye because of this recent thing that you went through. And it does talk about Atlantis, the lost city, the lost civilization of Atlantis. Might be interesting, might be handy, things like that. Also a book on... no, they wouldn't have that. No. I'm going to say that's pretty much all you get right now.
All right.
But you did find exactly kind of what you were looking for.
I'll take the planar 1, 2, and the one containing information about spite.
Okay, very good. All right. So, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I will give you this because they are elves. Definitely a book on the Feywild, which may or may not interest you because of Vondus's connection to the Feywild.
Oh, yeah,
there is a
that
book
too.
on that if you... Okay. So that makes sense because they're elves. All right, so that's what you find. Could be some good reading. You are currently... Are you starting right now, Alex, with training these?
Yes.
These goblins? All right, shoot, and the other 12 are fucking ready, and they're just listening to you. As you're sitting there showing them the guns, you're not letting them hold any yet, because the first time one grabbed one, it pointed it right at its own face and started thumbing the... And you were like, no. They also one tried to use one as a club, and you're like, no. So you're teaching them. Astride, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go to the library and I'm gonna look for a good book.
Excuse me? Okay.
No,
So
I'm not.
so you go... Oh, you're not going to the library.
No.
Okay.
See me walking out.
That's what I was going to say. Hello. Damn, we got the good ones. Shit.
I didn't see
So,
those.
what would you like to do? You're so mad about that. Because I think you were mad at
Yeah,
the
but-
library and you destroyed
Yeah,
it.
I did.
That's why.
because I didn't find
Think
anything.
about your direwolves, though. That's cooler.
Yeah,
That's cooler than
Pretty
books.
fucking cool. And shoot once it
You're
in
jealous.
agreement to lead.
Gotta make her feel better.
Shows you what goblins are like. You offered her like the coolest shit. She's like, yeah. I want a big wolf though. Give it a big wolf though. So whatever you want to do.
I want to look around down here first. Because you said we're just in the entrance, right?
Yep. Okay, so you start looking around. You want to find like where they keep a bunch of bodies.
Yeah, or more animals. I really want to see what they have.
All right, so you kind of talk to some of the hunters that are like with Alex, listening to him. And I'm gonna say you took 12, so there's also still a bunch of hunters because they still need to eat. Who go out and hunt. And all goblins are kind of hunters, just some are better than others. So you go to some of them, and you approach one of them that seems to be kind of taking care of some of the wolves that are sleeping nearby, and he's like giving them just slabs of meat, mystery meat, and just let it. They start like tearing it apart. The wolves are nasty. These things are not like calm, cool, and collected. They're not really like trained. They're still feral, very wild in a way. They just don't hurt the goblins. As he approaches, they're like, you know, and then they're chilling. They'll tear apart the meat and bite at each other. And he's got like a couple of teeth around a necklace, like big, naggly looking, you know, dog teeth, like other wolf teeth. And he kind of sees you approaching and is like, "Hello."
Hello. I'm looking for any bigger wolves. Do you guys have any bigger wolves? Dire wolves.
Only bodies.
Can you show me?
Okay.
And so he throws the last slab of meat. Two of the wolves start, and he goes,
Come with me, come with me.
and he starts kind of walking. You see he has a bow sort of slung around his back. And he leads you down around the tree, and you see that there's a section where they chopped down a couple of trees to make room for just sort of like a yard of where they have a whole bunch of other animals.
And milkshakes.
And you're going past that, like he's kind of circling around the tree. You're going past that where you see there's like a good couple of other wolves. There's also what appears to be like 2 or 3 fucking bears that are just sitting there, and they're like, everything in this forest is angry. It's a little more hateful than it should be. So the bears are just like everything gets too, if anything gets too close to them, they freak out. There also appears to be a whole section of badgers. Not dire badgers, just normal badgers. But that section is walled off and kept away from the other ones, as they, if anything gets too close to the fence, they start reaching through it and trying to tear it apart. As you go past it, they're like, and like chewing on like the wood, starting to get through it. And he sort of kicks the cages, like barking at them, and they're like, and he keeps going. And he leads you to this section. He goes, "Butcher, butcher," and starts pointing over there. Towards where you see basically a small kiosk.
Okay.
That says butter, like butter, you know what I mean? But Buttr.
Okay.
And that's butcher. He doesn't know how to spell it. And so you approach and you see this kind of squat, heavy sort of goblin, and he's just standing there. And you see behind him is just a pile of bodies, all different animals. You know, you got birds back there. You got a dead bear. You got a couple more wolves. You got a bunch of deer. All kinds of shit, and some of it's like rotting, and he is currently throwing salt on all of them in an attempt to sort of dry them out so they don't rot as quickly.
Are there any dire wolves in that pile?
You want to ask the butcher?
Yeah, sure.
Where? What are you looking for?
As he is a...
Is he a goblin?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Dire wolves?
Yeah, what was that? Yeah. Come on, man.
and he goes around,
That's
and he...
the worst voice.
Okay, bad boy.
And he starts leading you by the hand, his disgusting, bloody hand. As he
Oh.
grabs you. He just, takes it, and you're like, as you keep going. Your gazer is laughing. It's nasty, awful voice. You can tell it's laughing at you. As he leads you over, and he points, and you see there's like a pile of deer, and underneath it, there's like a dead dire wolf. And he goes,
Right in there now. You want that?
No.
Want to know?
How many bears were there?
there was one bear that was mostly like it's in half right now, and it's been eaten and stuff. There's another bear that's still just torn up from. You see, it's got a bunch of like swords still in it, and spears and shit, and arrows and stuff. And that it hasn't been like chopped up yet.
Okay, and
Just a normal bear. It's not a dire bear.
that's fine. So one dire bear, one fine bear.
What dire bear did you find?
I said fine bear, like it's intact. One intact bear. And you said the rest were deer.
Yeah, other animals or normal wolves. There's a bunch of normal wolves and deer. There's a couple of bucks in there with their big horns and things like that. There's a lot of rabbits. There's birds.
One dire wolf under the
There's
deer.
one dire wolf
dire
kind of under some deer and stuff. Yeah.
I think that's what you meant. Dire wolf, a bear.
Yeah, one dire wolf, one real of usable bodies. One dire wolf, one bear. Probably like 4 wolves
That are
regular
okay?
Wolves that are pretty okay.
Alright, there's my wombo combo.
A lot of deer. Also, one very large anaconda. Like constrictor snake.
Anaconda? How big is this anaconda?
Fucking big. Like the one that attacked you. Remember the anaconda that you ate before? It's fucking huge. It's a very big, bad snake.
Big bad wolf.
Alright. So I'm gonna use my I did this before, so it's fine, right? I could do it on animals?
Yeah, you res the wolf before.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can res all of those corpses. Is that too many?
I can do it up to 5 smaller medium corpses.
Oh.
And you let me do it on a dire wolf, which is a large, so.
Yep, you're right. You got me. Let's do it.
With an extra fry.
Alright, so I'm gonna do...
There's also a lot of birds.
Picture this right
There's
now.
a shit ton of birds, too. If you're interested.
Ooh.
Resident
Do you think
Evil
that's
style.
fly,
Like Resident Evil style.
Can they fly?
How
if
big?
they're dead?
Yeah, looks like they were shot through the body. Their wings are still intact.
Are they
Also,
like
what am I gonna do? Make it run around on the ground?
Alright,
Of course they
here's
can fly.
my plan.
Come on.
Because I can only do 5...
Who am I?
Wait, can I
How
use this
lame would
more?
What kind of bastard would
Oh
that
my
be?
God.
Yeah. You're resident, it's one of those kiwi ground birds. You basically have a zombie penguin. Have fun.
Wait.
Yes.
I can use the spell 3 times. So...
Up to how many creatures?
5.
Okay.
Because I didn't use any spells before my rest.
Oh, you're full. You're
Yeah.
ready to
Oh
roll.
my
Yeah.
god.
All you did was the staff.
Yeah.
You literally didn't. He did all the heavy lifting. He
This is
actually
what
did
I'm
stuff.
going to be doing all week, I think.
Oh, sweet mother of
Oh,
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Ah, good morning, life.
Did you
Let's
want
do
to?
this.
Can you do that to bugs too?
I don't... It's up to you. You're letting me
Creatures.
do it to animals.
Yeah,
it
there's-
says creatures.
There would be bugs. I'm thinking they've been killing. They've been living here for like whatever, a couple days, just killing shit.
Like a junkyard of bodies.
There's one giraffe. You want a giraffe? No, I'm kidding. So yeah, all
Not looking
right.
for any judgment.
Well then, right now, as of right now, you
You're going to
can
need a bigger box.
you can res those larger animals that I said,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say you can use the rest to maybe res 10 birds. So you have a horde of like a swarm of birds, if you
10
want.
birds.
Unless you want to go around the forest and look for other dead animals. 'Cause
I'll do
the
that
rest,
tomorrow.
The butcher's been chopping a lot of them up and like eating. They've been eating
Yeah.
them, you know, so their bones are all diced up.
That's fine. I'll do that tomorrow.
So are you doing this right now?
Yeah, so I'll take 1 dire wolf, 1 bear, 3 wolves, 1 anaconda,
Yeah.
10 birds.
Alrighty then.
And he goes over and he starts moving like the deer off of the direwolf, and you just
Yeah.
because he didn't understand. And as he starts getting closer to the direwolf head, it kind of
Did I do my math right?
what?
Yeah, go ahead.
The eye, who's like half closed, opens fully and like rolls towards him, and he and like falls back, and the direwolf sort of and gets up with all the deer falling off of it. As it rises, you see as it kind of stands there and shakes itself. Some of the spears that were in it breaks. It looks kind of akin to the other one, just got arrows in its like face and stuff,
Ooh, add
and it
more
just.
creatures.
And you hear behind it as the bear starts getting up and just kind of stands on its hind legs and sort of looks around and just roars as the birds start. Oh wait, did you order the birds too? Or
Yeah.
just the anaconda?
Yeah, I ordered the 10 birds, please.
The birds flutter and start swarming around, and as they are all kind of standing there in this awful situation, you see the snake sort of crawl out from under the whole like group, kind of curl around and sit up and just kind of look around all expectantly, and all of them sort of look at you. The birds circling overhead, the bear staring at you still on its hind legs, the wolf just looking right at you, and the snake kind of like just swavering side to side. They go for you, and as you sit there and stare with probably just immense delight and joy, even the gazer goes like whistles, and the butcher goes,
Well, I might go cut 'em up now. You make 'em all wake up, yeah?
They're better this way.
Ah, you say so. You want to dead 'em?
and points at a deer. There's no, he didn't spit. He spit on the ground. Somehow it made a metallic sound.
Hit a rock.
I don't know if I want them. No, this is fine.
Alrighty then. Take a good nap.
And he waves at you, and he goes over, and before leaving, he takes one of his butcher knives and looks at the direwolf and just puts a butcher knife in it, and just looks at me and goes, ah! And then he goes back to his business. So you have one butcher knife sticking out of the direwolf.
Okay.
You now essentially have weapons if you need them. You have spears and shit sticking out of them. Actually, now that I'm
you use that butcher knife to decapitate Carlo.
Here you go.
Yeah.
So you get what you want. You get a bunch of books. You've got a bunch of fucking zombie creatures that are now following you.
What kind of bear was it?
Just a bear. A big grizzly bear.
Okay,
There's
thank
a
you.
bear.
Oh, are there different ones?
Yes.
Alright. And it's a zombified grizzly bear.
Yeah, I'll
just
fix
so you
that.
know. Yeah, alright. So whatever that means. So you guys are just kind of doing your own shit. Is there anything you wanted to do, Jeff? You're the one I think not actively.
No, there's not anything.
Do you just want to sit back and read?
Yeah, I think if we're gonna explore that, picking stuff up through the books is gonna be the only way to make that connection.
Very good. You're training your gobs. Anything else that you're doing now that you hit resed all your Zimbabwe's?
I'm definitely gonna long rest, and I think I want to, if D&D Beyond would listen to me. As I head back to wherever we're staying, I guess, I just want to collect sticks and stones and stuff on the way.
Okay. Alright, so you're collecting, I'm going to say you're collecting like large?
Stones, like pebbles and...
Oh, okay. Alright, so those you can fit in your pocket. All the sticks you keep handing to the direwolf as it keeps holding them in its mouth, just following you, its massive frame, kind of just as you nonchalantly walk in front of it. You probably circle back around to where the other goblins are, and they're like, ah! Like they freak the fuck out as you walk, except Shoot, who's seen this before, and is like, ah! Like just loving it. All of your goblins get distracted as Astride walks through with her zoo of fucking zombie animals, which even to you, being around her this long, is an awful sight.
I don't think I've ever seen something like this.
No, it's fucking terrible. The only thing she's missing is like rhinos and elephants and shit. My god, good thing you guys aren't in a world where there's like a desert nearby. That would be a zombie fucking rhino. Fuck that. What do you even do? You just give up. No, that's it. Alright, so then I'm gonna say you guys start heading back to rest. It's getting late. The goblins are starting to not pay attention to you. You're realizing their attention span is pretty hard to hold for a good couple of hours. But you did teach them some stuff. They at least know not to point it at their face. They know how to shoot them and stuff. They don't know how to clean them and stuff yet, but they know how to shoot them and, like, aim them. So you got that down. But reloading is a little tricky for them right now. You'll have to iron this out probably over the next day or two. You know, just whatever. So you start heading back to where you need to rest for your long rest. Were you about to say something?
I was going to say check in with Winan, but we're not all in the same area right now.
He can't. The earpieces won't. Oh fuck! She can. That's a good point. Jesus. It's like a slow build, but to such an OP character. Like it's like a slow step up to a fucking monster. All right, so I'm gonna say you all start heading back. You've been reading the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
As you've been reading the Shadowfell book, I assume.
Sure.
All right, so the Shadowfell seems like an absolute shitty place to be. It's not volatile or like it's not like hell or like some of the other planes out there that are just vicious and dangerous. It is just awful. There's described that when people walk through there, and there's like first-hand accounts that from like different kinds of adventurers, almost like this book had recorded, you know what I mean, different peoples, and was trying to make a Shadowfell book in a way, or the dangers of the Shadowfell book. You notice that when people are there, the Shadowfell itself sort of eats away at you. It eats away at your emotions. It eats away at your like sense of life and vigor. It kind of just erodes you into sort of an empty creature. The longer you stay there, the more kind of hollow you become in a way. It's just probably interesting, you know, to Esther to read this, like, what a place can do that to you. Can just sort of, empty you. It is also, you kind of figure that it is a strange mirror to our world. So, where you stand, there is probably another reflection of it in the Shadowfell, but things are often twisted. They're warped in the Shadowfell. A tower in our world may be a twisted, like, you know, jagged thing in the Shadowfell, but still work, almost just like a bizarro world, if you will, of just depressing sorrow. There are creatures that live there. There are things that live in the Shadowfell. And as far as you're able to get in the few hours that you're reading before the long rest, you're able to read that they praise some sort of deity that lives there. There seems to be a creature there that either controls the Shadowfell or is very, like, a part of it, or controls all of them. A little unclear as to how that works. You'd have to read more over the long rest. Is that what you choose to do for the 4 hours of your long rest?
Yeah.
Or do you want to read the other books? Okay. Anybody else? You need to sleep. Astride, are you reading or learning anything?
Are you guys both sleeping?
I'm reading, so yeah.
Okay. I guess. No, I won't do anything right now.
Okay.
I'll read the familiar book, I guess.
The familiar book?
Yeah.
No, it would not work that way. It's more for
read.
like landscapes, things of that nature. But very good idea.
Imagine pulling that thing out of the other plane.
There may be things like it,
Yeah.
you know, but not that specifically. How do you make that circle?
Maybe because you have the purchase stuff.
So
No, you should be
I'm
able
going
to
to say the
change,
more
like, your
stuff that you
theme,
learn
your
over your
background,
long
and your
rest,
portrait
every
and
4 hours
stuff.
of reading, there are things called
Your
shadow
background.
crossings. Similar to Fey crossings, mentions that really quick. Shadow crossings are locations where the veil between the material plane and the Shadowfell is so thin that creatures can walk from one plane to another. You've heard that these are also rifts.
Yeah.
Rifts can do the same thing. Rift weavers can make them. Seam rippers can make them. Things of that nature. But these ones are already existing. Nobody makes them. They just exist out there. They are usually a blot of shadow in the corner of a dusty crypt, or that might be a shadow crossing, as might an open grave. Shadow crossings form in gloomy places where spirits or the stench of death lingers, such as battlefields, graveyards, and tombs. They manifest only in darkness, closing as soon as they feel light's kiss. So that's something that...
Maybe down in the Drow basement.
What do you use?
Perhaps.
What do they do?
Crossings from weeks from bad place.
There is also, that you can read, I think they are known as the Shadar Kai. Nope. I need you to go to this, please. Why do you keep doing that? Shadar Kai are a kind of people that exist in the Shadowfell. There are other creatures that live there, such as big bad things like fucking shadow dragons and shit, which you would want nothing to do with. But Shadar Kai are they're a type of elves, almost like dark elves, but they praise some deity known as the Raven Queen. It is a mystery what the Raven Queen is. what she wants, what she's after, what these creatures do in praise of her. But what you do know is that every once in a while, the Shadow Kai will capture people and take them, and seemingly under the Raven Queen's behest, like her request.
Okay.
But totally unsure. Haven't gotten to the part about the knife yet.
Okay.
You haven't gotten to spite yet. But you are just, he would probably find this shit interesting.
Yeah.
Especially because they're elves. It's like a whole different kind of elves. Like, that's weird. Neat. Didn't know they existed.
Cousin.
Hey! So, that's what you figure out so far. Did you read anything?
Yeah, the Finding Familiars book.
Oh, for like fun familiars and where to find them or something like that? Yeah, like dangerous creatures and where to find them. So, you read about familiars. The reason that you're able to shoopity-doop him and he doesn't seem to die is he's sort of connected to you now. Almost like your life forces are like, one. And when he disappears into basically like another plane of existence, but it's like connected to you. It's like your own pocket universe. And because he is here now, he can disappear too. He is completely safe there. He cannot be killed. If he does die, he can just kind of attach to you and come back after a little while.
Cool.
There are other kinds of familiars. All kinds of different creatures and animals can be familiars. You can make a creature your familiar. You can just make a familiar that's sort of just like like a ghost sort of creature. Like it's not even real, kind of. It seems like it's more of kind of like a guide, not on making them. It's just more like instructional. Like this is what familiars are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He has no soul.
When you look into the whole idea of a gazer familiar,
Oh, is there stuff in there about
there
it?
is stuff on evil familiars or familiars to beware of. When facing perhaps an evil witch, she may have a evil familiar such as a gazer or like an imp or demons, devils, things of that nature. So there's a bunch of other ones too.
Okay.
And that's probably what you're more interested in, or like evil ones. And sometimes you can collect them from the Nine Hells or from hell itself, like real hell. You can collect them from the Abyss, which is a terrible place I wouldn't suggest going to.
Okay.
You can collect them from different areas, but they're usually like smaller, weaker creatures that latch on to a stronger will,
Okay.
or a stronger, more badass creature. So, yeah. The
Okay.
benefit, the downside is that they're usually weaker. The benefit is that they don't fucking die. They can just keep coming back. So that's kind of like the trade-off for familiars.
Okay.
And you just slept. Wonderful sleep. So you all wake up the next morning. Again, still gloomy, still kind of dark, but brighter than it was. Where did you sleep, by the way?
I don't know.
Where did you sleep? In your old...
I wanted to have camped out with the troops, and
okay.
First thing in the morning, I want to take everyone on a
Ooh,
run all the way with the troops.
You're trading them.
Yeah.
All right, I love it.
Probably in the Drow's dungeon.
Okay, so you slept down there. There does seem to be a book down there too, if you were interested in...
Man, I'm so good at finding these books. It'd be a real shame if someone on the team was really bad at finding these books.
I mean, you spent a whole, you know what I mean? Spent a whole time down there.
How to kill anything easily.
With one magic word.
You guys all wake up. You're feeling refreshed. You're feeling good. You wake up you're going on your run. You wake up. You wake them all up. Some of them, as you go all right, everybody, wake up, and you start yelling at them. Some of them start yelling back because they're goblins and throwing rocks at you until Shoot's like, no, this is part of it. This is the thing, and they're like,
This is the thing.
They get some of them you were thinking I'm gonna stab you. You're yelling at me, but they're like, okay, I get it. So now they're all going with you, and they're actually kind of doing their own little army songs.
Cadences.
You, as you awaken in the laboratorium, just sort of the cold stone, you sort of take in your surroundings. Was there anything that you wanted to do down here? Do you want to just keep studying these books? that you're reading?
I do want to.
Shadowfall?
I will come back and do that, but I want to meet up.
Hop out?
briefly.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you kind of stretch, hop in the teleporter, and come back to the Mage Tower. What are you doing, Astride?
Yeah, I want to go towards her.
Okay.
If it's a new day, I'm probably gonna look for more stuff.
So
More
you're
animals,
back down
more
at the bottom of the
people.
tree.
Yeah.
Okay. You go down to the bottom of the tree as well, Esther, looking for Astride. Astride, you show up. And yeah, so that's what she's gonna go do.
Have you heard from Wynan at all?
No.
Can you get in touch with him?
Sure.
Just give us all a little.
Whining.
Hello.
Hello. What did you need from him?
Do they know?
It's
Is there,
finally
any,
happening.
is there any news from our adventures out on the sea?
What did he say?
He goes, it's finally happening. I always knew it. Fucking transceiver's in my head.
Whining, it's me.
Oh my god, what are you? You globalist? Huh? You government? What are you?
It's Astride.
Astride? Miss Astride, where are you? I don't see you. Are you in trouble?
No.
Well, good.
What's the news?
How may I... Oh, what's the news? On what?
Stillport.
Stillport. Can you hear, like, clicking? Stillport has suffered a terrible storm.
But it's
Massive
okay.
power outages. Several losses of life. Looks like the death toll is about 30. As of now, there appears to be still ravenous storms hitting the area. People are being, it seems that
Eaten alive.
people are being escorted out via the military and on their way to Valnop, actually. So they should be here in a couple of days. So it looks like it's a massive evacuation of Stillport. Carla Lily is doing her best to maintain peace in the area as the mall seems to have awakened and caused these massive storms.
Any word on the mall specifically? Or is that just a brief mention?
It says here that Carla Lily refused to comment on the current awakening of the mall, saying that the issue should be resolved
The issue?
as soon as she can reconvene with the other champions.
Okay.
Does it say where she is? Or that she's just gonna reconvene with the other champions?
No, doesn't say anything about that.
Okay.
She's gonna bring the champions here.
Not if we tell her to come alone.
She's gonna bring all the champions here.
If she wants to restore the mall, she's gonna come alone.
She's gonna bring all the champions here.
No.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm content, unfortunately.
Okay. Wynan,
Yes?
how many guns have you made for us?
For you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've made... Was I supposed to keep them all for you? Because I've sold some in order
that's
to try to
okay.
make...
That's
you know,
fine.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that. It seems that a large amount of my my
yeah, you
stock
gave those
has
to
been...
us.
Oh, right. Yes, I
Don't you
did.
remember?
Nope, don't remember saying that, but that's... If you need them...
Thank you.
If you need them, Astride, they're yours because I am apparently dominated. So you can just keep them, I guess.
Oh, I can almost see the
Right,
screaming in your eyes from here.
Right, it's a good joke you have, a good laugh. I've made a couple more. I'm not sure what you want, but I've made a couple of assault rifles, and a couple pistols so far, and like 1 or 2 shotguns. I sold one of them, so I only got about 1 shotgun. Things like that. Is there something special that you want?
No, I don't want anything.
Alright, I was thinking about making a sniper next. I don't know. Maybe silencers or 2, barrels, I don't know. Things like that. It's just, business is slow going. I've got to build up, you know. It takes a little while.
He's failing you.
I'm doing my best. Oh God, I'm doing my best. There's some competition now since Cold Steel lost a lot of its clientele. got some competition in the area. A lot of other people who are making weapons.
But you're
So-
making them better, right?
I'm doing my best. Again, a lot of my resources, a lot of my good work was in there, left there in the box there, but that's alright if you need it. Miss Astride, it's fine.
Alright.
Alright. How are you, head?
I don't know.
How is this happening? Hello? Hello? And the voice kind of trails off as you sort of push it out of your mind. Anybody else you want to check on?
Yeah, I want to check on John and his crew.
So you contact him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say anything. You reach out to him, and there's a moment of silence, and you hear, I feel you. Are you there?
He does an emo swoosh.
Yes. Come on, he's an emo. He's the king of the emos. It's great.
Have you made
King of
it
the
to
gods.
Valnar?
Not yet.
I made too many birds.
We're currently on the road. We're posing as refugees from Stillport. We actually, while camping, noticed that the military were moving people out, and we have joined them. So, I am currently with my group, with the refugees being sent to Valnar. I figure that's a better way, better cover. We can meld in with the rest of the normal rabble.
Mm.
And from there, kind of just disappear into the city once we're in. Valnar prides itself on making sure that nobody goes homeless, so we'll probably be able to have a working HQ pretty quickly.
Okay. Let me know when you're there.
Okay, I'll reach out.
There's, also, I need my previous order to you still stands. I still want you
Of course.
to find more people,
Yes.
grow. I need you to find someone other than yourself who is as devoted and who will be willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good.
The greater good.
Of course. I'll make sure that is my priority.
Also, if you can find someone to keep an eye on, what are they called? I forget.
The champions?
Champions, yeah. Keep an eye on the
The word
champions.
champions.
No, I forgot that's what they were called.
Yeah.
Because I hear Carla Lilly is on her way to Valnar as well, and we need to know what they're doing.
She was still in the city when we left. I haven't seen or heard word, but I can try to maybe get a little closer to the soldiers, see if they hear anything, any chatter on the radio. And I will reach out to you if I hear anything.
Okay.
Right. And is that all? Is that all that you want from him?
Yeah.
Okay. So as he leaves, he goes, Draxie be with you.
Also with you.
Dope.
Dope.
Dope. So dope. So dope. So.
Dope.
Oh, what happened?
Stop that. So, you contact them, and then you start making your way towards the goblins.
Me?
Yeah, you're making your way towards, like, where the goblins have all the bodies again, or?
To keep that production line going.
What was left? Just deer?
Yeah. In that pile, there wasn't a lot. You would have to go to maybe some of the... You'd have to probably go out and go searching.
Yeah, I'll head down there anyway, though.
Okay, so you're heading down there.
So in terms of this in-game, we were probably thinking of getting this started within the next week.
I would, give us like a week.
You're prepping right now.
Because from what they just said, we're probably going to have more than one champion and probably a super. Right? That's what they're called?
You have an apex. Yes.
An apex.
Or a super. You people call them different things.
So I see
This is going to be bigger than I think we think.
This town, my partner's doing their thing. I want to go back down to the Drow's laboratory for a second.
Okay.
I can't
So
get on
you-
D&D Beyond.
Appear down in the Drow side. Let's say you just drew it while at the bottom of the trees. Fuck those elevators. Boom.
Mhm.
You're there.
So, do I see, what was his name? Valerian?
Yeah, Lucian
Lucian.
Viperin.
Viperin. Okay, I want to ignore like the traps and the stuff that we were talking about and go over to like, you said there was like a desk in there, right?
There's like 2 or 3 desks, yeah. Some of them look like they're very old with broken vials and things, and one of them looks much like cleaner.
I want to go like into the drawers.
Alright, you start opening up the drawers. You see papers with like sketches. It looks like molecules and things. Things that... roll an intelligence check, actually. It's pure intelligence.
4.
Some kind of science mumbo-jumbo. Not totally sure exactly what it is. It's like pseudo-magic. It's mixed in with magic a little bit, but it's like chemistry, sort of. Which kind of fits the vials and the jars that are here. Some of them... A lot of the liquids are much lower. It looks like most of whatever the liquid was here was taken. You do find a book inside of one of the things. Looks like some form of journal. A bunch of the pages were torn out, but there is some of the writing left. And it is all in Elvish. Can you read Elvish
Not
or Elven?
written.
Oh, you can't read written Elven.
No.
Do you have like Undercommon or something?
No, I have Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, and Draconic.
Yeah,
We
so
didn't
you
know
can't
what-
read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. So you actually, it's all written. You do not know what it says. But like I said, most of the pages are removed. But there is one last page that a lot of the other pages have more of those kind of symbols and things like on the other papers, with small cliff notes all in Elven. You're not sure, and the last page was like looks like it was like a letter or something that was written. Unsure what it says.
I'll take that with me. I just want to look for more personal effects of Lucian.
Okay, so as you look through, roll investigation.
Nat 20.
Are you fucking
Plus
kidding me?
7, yeah.
He got these new weighted dies.
We got fucking
This was my OG dice from forever.
But when he's in combat, it goes to nat 1.
Yeah.
you. Yeah, because it was all very fast. You sift through all this shit. You find a ring. And the ring has what appears to be a, like a V on it with an S, with like a snake. And you assume it's a family crest, kind of, by looking at it. Viperin was his name, Viper, so you assume there might be a viper on it.
Sure.
He had the snake staff, like, okay, perhaps this was his, like, signet ring. And as you sort of study it, you look on, like, the inside, like, where it would press against your finger. And on the inside, it says, to my beloved brother. And that's what it says. So it's a ring from his sister.
Okay.
But it probably, from where you found it, it was sort of in its own little case in a drawer. And he kept it down here away from his fake identity. But it was kind of, it looks like it was probably important to him. It was kept in sort of like a little box or something. So it was, and it's clean, it looks nice, like you probably shined it and made sure that it was like, you know, pretty, even though it's in this musty area. Other than that, I guess there would be... Other than that, you do find what appears to be on the side of the desk, sort of in like this metal sort of bowl. There looks like there is some sort of thick red liquid that's in the bowl. it looks like it is nat 20 fucking investigation. It is blood, but it is not dried somehow. It has stayed liquid. And you roll an Arcana check because this is a pure magic thing.
Now 1-8.
No fucking idea what this is for.
Mm-hmm.
No clue. But just a bowl of blood that still has blood in it for some reason.
Where did you go?
The dungeon, the Drow's laboratory.
Yeah, you might have to ask another mage or something about it. Or Alex.
What kind
everything
of check
about it.
was it?
What? Arcana.
I have
You
high
can ask
Arcana
me.
anyway. I rolled a 1.
I have +8.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I have +7. But we can still try again. Yeah. All right. So that's all I find down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not a whole lot down here,
it's
but
a dungeon. Yeah.
yeah,
So I want to. It's just a freestanding bowl,
it is.
like a
It
punch
is.
bowl.
It is on like a little like stick thing, but it looks like I'm gonna say the area around it, the dust is cleared. It looks like he would kneel at it, like kneel in front of it, based on where
Could I lift the bowl, or is it like a fixture?
Yes, you can lift the bowl.
I want to pocket his ring, and take the bowl and go back.
Okay, so you
Go back up.
lift the bowl with Viperian's ring, and you flash back into the mage's tower.
Yeah, and I want to just quietly let everybody's doing their own thing. Go towards the belly of the tree, where the pool is.
Okay, all right, very cool. Are you training them on how to shoot?
Yeah, after we get back from the run, I want to get them more accurate. I want to teach them how to reload quicker.
Okay. How would I do this? I would say make a cause teaching them, make an intelligence check. Actually, I would say, because
Nat 20.
are you fucking
Jeff,
kidding me?
Before I even
awesome.
touch it.
Holy shit! All right, that's like you have nothing in intelligence too,
No.
right? Okay, so they're picking it up because you know what you're talking
Holy
about. You're
shit.
showing them exactly the right thing to do, and they're absorbing it and learning it the exact correct way. They know how to reload.
Start blindfolding them so they can
They know how to
disassemble.
reload. They know how to open and clean the gun.
Holy shit.
They know how to reload a little better. They know how to aim a little bit better. Each of them knows how to use their own gun a little bit better. Still not totally good on tactics yet.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
covered
just
tactics.
basic. This is a gun. This is how the gun works. This is how you reload it, and this is how you shoot your gun. But nothing about formation. At this point, they all act the same with their guns. Like even the snipers, like they're aiming and they're kind of hitting their targets right now, but they have no idea that maybe it's best to find a high place. They don't get it, you know. But you're teaching them. They are learning. Shoot is coming along very well. She has a sniper, and is fucking with the bow on her back, and is used to the bow, but is learning a sniper pretty well, like a bolt action. Boom, and is pretty fucking good with it, picking it up pretty quick. So they're doing pretty well. Fuck, man, that's 20. All right, they're doing good. A little ahead of schedule. You can probably sneak a little bit more in today. Anything that you're doing? I love this preparation. Like, this is interesting to see how you guys are doing this. You have 12. Just like fucking rip somebody apart.
I'm gonna take my menagerie, I guess, out into the woods, and
What's a menagerie?
Yeah.
Oh, your group?
my group.
Okay, you're taking your people
My
out
people.
there. Don't forget, you still have a box full of zombies
Oh,
and a
yeah.
direwolf in there.
Do you want
Can
to
I
hold
have
them as a
those?
surprise, or do you want them?
Can I have them?
Yeah.
Actually,
I could have set that off like last night or something.
Sure, it's fine.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, and then
So you have two direwolves.
You're walking out into the woods, and a doorway opens up, and
Yeah. They all start coming out with you. It's awful. It's awful to fucking witness. It is. The goblins get out of your way,
It's like a
and they're not
nightmare.
usually scared of anything. But you are like a literal walking nightmare with these things behind you. This zoo of death with the birds kind of like in the trees, like waiting.
their wings sound like bones, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
shattering.
It's awful. All the birds are like crows, by the way.
Yeah,
We're just gonna go ahead and
I put
throw
them in
that
there as
yeah, of
ravens.
course. Swarm of ravens, yeah.
Do you know what they can do, by the way?
No?
So they're...
Oh no. What did I do?
No, they only have 1
I don't
HP, and they're pretty weak. But they have an ability where they can mimic baby cries and people whispering.
Oh,
And that's what I'm gonna have them
they're
do.
crows. Have you ever seen the video of the crow? So you are walking out into the woods with your menagerie too?
I'm gonna look for more.
Hunt.
Yeah,
Okay.
hunt, yeah.
You're training your goblins.
I'm
You're
going to the throne room.
you reach the throne room.
And I want to say that are there any creatures down here anymore? Or they're all
No,
receded?
the throne room is empty with the exception for one goblin who is doing backstrokes. It's Slash doing backstrokes in the pool. You haven't seen him yet, so there he is.
Hey, Slash.
Hey,
And he's just he has some he's like spitting it up like cartoon style. It seems that he has set up training dummies down here and has been whacking on them.
Would you mind giving me, like, an hour?
Sure. He keeps doing backstrokes. He doesn't get it.
I saw there's actually a really fat, sick pig running around Main Street. Looks delicious.
fat sick pig?
Sick pig.
Sick pig!
And he gets up and runs to the elevator.
Ding!
As he's screaming with delight.
Okay. So a completely empty side of the
Yes,
room.
yes.
Alright, I will put the bowl down in front of me. And Neil looking right into the screaming face of Lucian.
Oh, that's good. You look in the face of Lucian. Do you do
I
anything?
want to put the ring on, his sister's ring,
Okay.
and just meditate for a little bit. And then in deep speech thoughts, saying, just concentrating, that my queen, I know you're out there and I know you want me dead. But there's a greater battle here. And you can either have my body or I can come back with you if you come to our aid in a week's time. And just keep repeating that in deep speech.
Okay. You sit there, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it. And you sit there about a half hour. Nothing. Goes on to an hour. Nothing happens. And the bowl of blood ripples. And that catches your attention. And as you look to it, ripples again and forms. And the blood forms a face. It is the head of someone. It looks like an elven woman. And you see the face kind of shift and look at you, right at you. This is some sort of communication device. And the woman looks at you and goes, looks at the ring, looks back at you. You try to call our queen, but I answer instead. Where is my brother? She stares at the face in wretched agony that is now encased in wood. And the blood turns back to you. She says,
I will see you gutted, abomination.
and the blood splashes back in.
Okay.
I think we're making some solid ground there.
And that's where we'll take a break.
Okay.
Goblin. Because I'm gonna add my SEAL team so I can keep track of like names and
Oh,
numbers.
let me see.
You're not going to have goblins in there, most likely. You
Uh,
can type it in and try. If so, go ahead and type them
They
all
do.
in.
Is that
They do.
companions?
They do?
Is
Because
that
you,
what that
as a
is?
as like a summoned
Fuck.
creature, technically.
Yeah, okay, then throw 12 goblins on there.
You can
I'm sorry, my chair is so
when you're in there too, you can keep track of their hit points. By the way,
Shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so great.
You really tried, you know? And we appreciate
Shoot is gonna be the goblin boss.
it.
Yes. Oh, definitely. She's the gun master. She, he, whatever.
So Slash was the middle one.
Slash is like the tough one with swords. Yeah. He's a fighter.
Sneak was our buddy.
Sneak is your thief. Yeah. He's the assassin actually.
Okay.
Do you think my alignment changed? Am I chaotic evil? Or am I still neutral?
Hey, bud. I'd say you were chaotic evil from the first fucking day of our campaign.
'Cause-
when you put a bunch of bugs in people's food and laughed while children almost died.
Yep. And then their parents were taken
I'm gonna
away.
go ahead and say you've been chaotic evil since the beginning.
Okay, I'm gonna
Alex is
change my
probably
alignment.
chaotic neutral, because I don't think he does anything for the sick pleasure of it. He just loves money and is a heartless man. Esther, lawful evil, I would say.
I think depending on the mood, it goes from lawful to chaotic and back.
Yeah.
Depends on the circumstance.
Well, then that I guess
I know
would be
how to love,
chaotic
though.
in nature.
What was that?
That would be chaotic in nature then.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
you
that's
just,
what I'm
like,
saying. By default, it'd probably be more chaotic just because.
Because you go from just like standing still to and you just burn a house to the ground. Fuck.
The
Just-
little things. The joke's just for me.
Yes, what was it? You laid on hands on the guy because you were doing lay on hands, so just smiling. Like, what is he laughing about? I like it. Okay, are you guys ready to roll?
Did you hear that?
No. All right. You need
Yeah,
a
no,
few
I'm
minutes?
ready. I'm ready.
All right. Alex, did you can do that afterwards?
Yeah.
I think.
Link me those back things if you got them online, please.
Okay, yeah, it was on Amazon.
Perfect.
What's your cap for zombies?
I can do it right now.
There
Me?
is none.
Yeah. Or was it supposed to be time based?
So it's time based, and you kind of just said fuck it. So unless you want to take that back.
That's kind of how I treated necromancers in my world. Is like, if you want to spend the time to build an army of skeletons, you can have an army of skeletons. You have an army of really delicate creatures, but you have an army of
Otherwise,
fearless
no limit.
people without sleep, people that don't need to eat. So like, there may be other necromancers in the world who like have 6,000 skeletons.
Yeah.
It's
Because they
horrifying.
spent 6 years fucking doing it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Every day. So
Like
I
in
think
college.
that makes sense.
Okay.
It's just that you can only res so many at once.
Yes.
And that's like, like at most you can res 15 a day. That's what you just did, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
that's
I have another spell for ghouls.
that's good, but they can get wiped pretty easy. Like their health isn't a
Yeah,
lot.
they're babies.
But zombies all have a chance. When they die, when they drop to 0, you
Really?
Yeah, you can roll for them and they come back. So you'll go do, and it'll die and its health is gone. But you can roll and they come back with 1 health and then have their whole turn again. So that's what makes them suck ass, is that
So-
they sometimes just don't fucking stop
Would
until
that
you like completely
apply
take away their head.
to the animals or just the zombies?
Yeah, if you want, whenever we're doing a game and and I kill one, just
Okay.
roll. You know, it has to be, I think, above a 10 or something.
Okay.
For them to come back to life, but that's why they suck ass. Unless like a missile hits it, or you know what I mean. Like if
they'll
you
still
are
come
fighting
back.
Carla Lily and she fires one of those cannons at it, it's gone. You know what I mean. But if someone shoots it, a soldier shoots it and it drops, it can just fucking get back up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're back.
It's recording.
Yep.
Is it recording, Jeff?
It's been recording, I think.
Oh, such a good point. All right, so you continue to train. What is today spent doing then? You're just training. I know that. That role was for today. Was for your training on their weapons and things. Is there anything that you wanted to do today? You have. Well, you were doing the thing. We ended with her going into the woods.
Yeah.
Astrid, what are you looking for? What do you want? You're getting away from the gunfire that they're practicing.
I think I'm good on the birds. I think 10 birds are good. So I guess I'm just going to give them orders to kill but not destroy, if that's possible. And have them, because they can sniff and they can hunt. You know what I mean?
So what, do you want them to kill things and bring them to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you just go out into the woods
but they-
and you just, go. Go get me stuff.
anything that's medium or bigger, I guess. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, they're
I
not bringing
don't
back
want
rabbits and shit. Yeah, gotcha. Probably, honestly, probably not a whole lot of rabbits left.
Okay.
Probably not a lot of rabbits left. So, medium or large.
Yeah.
Okay, so Astride you walk into the middle of like a small clearing out in the woods. All of your monsters gathered around you as you send them the command without speaking, unless you want to speak to them.
No.
Okay, don't forget you can name all of them.
I know.
You raise your staff and your hands, and they all turn and go. The snake, the birds, the fucking bear, the two dire wolves, all the ghouls, everybody scatters. So
I guess the birds could be like.
How many do you have total?
All
many
right,
zombies?
hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19.
Okay. You have 19. So, Jesus Christ, you have 19?
20.
You have 20.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Go ahead and just roll a d20. Should I roll it? Nah, you should roll it. Go ahead and roll
sure?
a d20. Yep. Just roll a d20.
With advantage.
8.
8? Okay. You wait a few hours, and all of your zombies return. Many of them without anything, and they look disappointed for zombies. 8 of them have brought you back creatures. Those creatures are, let's see, I'm going to say 4 normal wolves.
And 4 rabbits.
Better not be.
4 butterflies.
1 looks like a human.
Ooh.
Who looks like it was like a hunter or a trapper who was living out in the out in this terrible fucking forest. And let's see, what else would live out here? Another massive snake, a large constrictor, another anaconda.
A spider.
You don't want none.
No. They probably, because they are like in their own section. There would have been a shit ton of them. They probably wouldn't have made it out. But I will say 1 large stag beetle. A big nasty fucking beetle. What's the last one be? I'm gonna say
Steve Buscemi.
no. And 1 big like tribal looking orc.
Oh shit.
Like who just seemed to live out there. There was probably a tribe of orcs. They're probably dead. This one is in the jaws of the dire wolf. It looks like the dire wolf has a massive axe in its shoulder. One in its shoulder and 1 just dug into its head. Like this guy got some good swings on it, some more gashes, but drops it. A heavily muscled big fucking orc. Looks like it was a berserker or something.
Okay. So for the wolves, snake, and beetle, I will turn them into zombies, and the human and the orc into ghouls.
Okay. They pile all the bodies in front of you. You kind of, slowly go over picking and choosing.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, you res the creatures, the animals, and then the humanoids mutate into the ghouls as you've seen before with the fucking sharp teeth, the bones protruding through the fingers, just nasty, nasty things. As they get up, the orc one is specifically or particularly awful to behold because he's already a big creature, and now just like
some surprise muscle in there.
Yeah, just so much fucking worse now. If you can make an orc over there, I don't know if you can.
I could probably figure something
Maybe for that one, just crank its health up a little bit or something.
Okay.
Just make it a little beefy.
Okay.
Okay, so you satisfied with today's hunt? Or do you
Yeah.
want them to do it again for another couple of hours?
I mean, I can do...
If you stay in the
2
same
more
area,
times, so...
if you stay in the same area and you make them do it again, you'll roll at disadvantage. If you would rather move, you would spend a couple of hours traveling to another hunting. It's like hunting. You travel to another hunting location and you send them. The things that they went after, now they've scattered much of their prey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, normal wolves will smell that and be like, no, please. Like, that's a big undead wolf. I'm not dealing with that.
Okay.
So, that's how you're probably going to have to handle this if this is what you're going to do.
Okay. Yeah. I'll move to a different location and I'll do it one more time.
Okay, roll that d20 again. No disadvantage because you spent now there's a couple more hours during the day.
7.
7. Okay. That is how many creatures are brought back. 1, 2,
Oh shit.
7. Yep. What do you think? She's sending out fucking 20, 25 of them now or whatever? 28? Oh my god, plus 7. Alright. So, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, we're gonna need it from what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. So, 2, 3. I'm going to say 3 more beetles.
Okay.
3 more, 3 elves, actually.
Oh.
Looks like they maybe didn't want to leave and they stayed here.
What about Scorpion?
Now, you'd have to get closer to the scorpion swamp for that.
Oh.
And that's way down that way. That's
I
where
don't
you
think you're
first found
serious.
Sneak. The what?
I don't think Alex was
I
serious.
was serious, but
Oh.
I didn't know there's a Scorpion Swamp.
That's where you guys first showed up.
Okay.
When
God.
Yeah, with the... God?
Good times.
Whatever it was, with that
The
thing.
thing.
The thing, yeah.
Mothman.
The thing which...
The cryptid.
The thing that fought gods. So,
Smokey the
3
Bear.
elves, and then I'm going to say... No, okay. Regular bear.
Smokey.
I was gonna roll to see if it was something nasty.
Smokey the Bear.
This bear has some sort of hat on his head.
He just won't
And-
stop talking.
Then I'm tapped on that spell. So
Alright, so
I'm
you start
done.
heading back home. It's getting later now. Did you want to do anything after your discussion with apparently Lucian's sister?
I think I would have tried to do that for a little longer. Or at least just sitting there meditating on the idea of it.
No time for
trying
speed
to
dating.
trying to reach their queen,
Mhm.
right? Roll a charisma check.
Can I give you the wine? That gives you +1 in charisma.
If you wanted to.
I never wanted that. The sacred wine of Exlibrim or whatever.
You going to what is that? Vondus has perked up.
The
What are
wine
you
of
giving away?
Exlibrim.
Oh, Alex is
Zalabrim?
checking for me. Are
Yeah.
you down in the...
The wine of Zelabrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, are you just giving that away? Are you giving
This
that
is
away?
Vondus?
Yes. Are you giving that away to anybody? Yes. Is that just...
Somebody who could use it.
I could use that.
We have so much more. I have a
Mhm.
plant friend to introduce you to. So while we're training, you can hang out.
Me to plant friend, was that?
I think you're gonna like him. I'm gonna take him to the Middle Tree Inn, and I
Okay.
want to introduce
Oh.
him to my plant bartender.
So you go into a dilapidated bar. Sorry, we're jumping over.
No,
yeah,
no,
I'm
no,
going
we're-
straight back to you.
No,
I'm
that's
glad-
fine. I like it.
You, as discussing with Vondus, you're like, I think we should
Walk
give
away.
this to Esther. I don't really want it. In this discussion, I know where to take you. You guys go walking into this half-destroyed inn. And as you walk in, the bodies have been removed.
Oh, nice.
Again, dragged out. There seems to be like something, destroyed the doorway a little bit. Not all the way, but it looks like something big kind of smashed the sides and smashed a bunch of stuff. And there's like big drag marks through the wood. Like something big just clawed its way through here. Not claws, but whatever. And as you're standing there, or as you walk in, you see standing at the bar, now with many glasses in front of it, all with different liquids sitting there, is this, vine blight that kind of turns to you
I want to
and
wave.
waves. You wave back. All the other blights are gone. This one has remained. It holds its hands out to all of these. It has been mixing drinks since you left, experimenting, but it doesn't drink anything. So it doesn't drink alcohol. So it's just sitting here
I'm gonna try a few and show Vondus to try some. Trust me, they're great.
He knows what he's doing.
cups it with his little nubs. I'll see. Wow, that's very.
I'll pick you up in a few days as I'm walking out.
This is amazing. How did you make this? Really? And it seems he can communicate.
Oh,
best friends.
As you leave.
Okay.
I'll have another. And you exit. You didn't give any money though, so it's gonna be quite a tab. So you exit and head toward Oestre.
Something just popped in my head that I should give him this right now. So
Oestre is meditating, and as you're meditating in here, the dark, the glow of only the green, like basically like Lazarus pit, like from Gotham, sort of bubbling in front of you, and you just a very just as evil as it gets, really, with a bowl of blood in front of you, and you just with the ring of your dead enemy, looking at the face of your dead enemy, and you hear. Yeah, I was about to say roll Constitution check. Go ahead and roll a Constitution check.
It would have been 16, but I think it would be funny if I.
Oh, you just want to
yeah,
okay, so
I don't hold back.
You hear big head. As you wake up and look over to see Alex as he's approaching you with a bottle of wine. A beautiful, ornate bottle of wine.
Trust me, it helps.
For what?
+1 charisma.
As he wipes the spittle in his mouth.
It helps. Okay. So I guess I open it.
The bottle keeps refilling, but if you get drunk, you would take -2 charisma from it.
So you only just need to take like a swig.
I want to conjure somehow 2 cups.
What? You can't. You can't just.
Not literally conjure. Like
I probably have like.
Oh, you want to just
good.
Yeah.
You know
cups
what?
And shit.
No, because it's wood all around you, not stone. I was gonna say you could like make stone goblets, but sure, I mean, he probably has too.
Yeah,
with them.
from
like
the
army
treasure.
So-
tin shit.
So you're gonna share a drink with
Yeah.
him. So you plop 2 glasses down.
Oh, I don't want it. It's wine. Oh wait, you know what? It might help me communicate with my troops better.
Sure. So you guys.
I thought you were gonna conjure it for the princess.
No, for
okay.
you.
Okay.
It's like we have a battle ahead of us.
Cheers.
And we drink.
You guys drink. The wine is fucking good. It's fucking delicious. Like all the whiskey that you've had and all the shit that you drink. This wine's better. It's better. It's not as potent. It's not as strong, but it's better, and it is good. It's very good. And you both have +1 to charisma. Does it have a
For 1 hour.
Yeah, so you both have +1 charisma for 1 hour.
Alright. I'll leave this here. I got troops to train, and I want to go back up on the elevator.
So you both share just a quiet drink together, and he, as you, big. It goes up.
He's
So-
an odd one.
The one
He's an odd one.
he says, staring into his bowl of blood and his Lazarus pit.
Now then. I guess I just sit back down. I'm just thinking about what's coming. Because I don't really know. Like, this is one of my attempts at gathering my thoughts on everything.
Yeah. What are you attempting to do?
Well, right now I'm just...
Are you still trying to contact this lost queen, this queen of whatever your people were, that one?
Yeah, that attempt was kind of like, I don't like our odds. So I'll nuke the world so we come out on the winning side, even if it means I have to go away after the fact. But
Okay. I want you to roll a charisma check.
just straight charisma, the up top stuff.
What else is your...
There's a saving throws.
What about with advantage because of the wine? Doesn't say it gives you advantage, but...
Wine gives you a +1, but I'll give you advantage, so you're at home field advantage. You have, you're feeling good. Perfect. Have advantage.
Better, I guess. 14.
Did you add the
14?
+1?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
You sit there, contemplate it, reaching out, towards that, almost towards almost anything in a way. Give us some strength. We need something to crush this opposition. What can we do? What can we do? And as you are sitting, and you're thinking, and you're plotting, the blood starts to rise again. But it's not an elf's face. It's not a person's face at all. You see a familiar face, though. Draxia. As it just... all those naggly fucking teeth. And she just stares at you for a minute as you stare back.
Hey,
Hello.
long time no see. How are you?
Doing alright.
That's good. Oh, this is the tree.
Did you see our handiwork on the outside?
Only through the eyes of the vile and the twisted, but I loved what I saw. Now, you seem troubled.
Yeah. It's... I just want to make sure we have any sort of insurance, we have possible. And I didn't think to ask you because finishing Carla is your charge. That's what we're working for you for. So I wouldn't go straight to you for that guidance.
Oh, how sweet. But you didn't come straight to me. You're looking for anything.
It's true.
You want anybody's hand. I respect that. You awakened the maw. I felt it. If you want to fight Carla, if you want to win, I suggest you make sure she's not with her friends. And I suggest you make sure she's out, deep in the maw. Nothing but open water below. Nothing but chaos around. Unless that's a little too frightening for you after your dance with death.
No, it's just a matter of logistics of us getting there.
Oh,
Us having a ship even.
a ship?
She tilts her head, a sickening... I already cracked my neck, but a sickening kind of couple
Yeah.
of cracks. And she...
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I might know where to find a ship. Have you heard of the astral plane?
More frequently in the last 6 months than ever in my life.
In the astral plane, there is a rift, a doorway to limbo. Limbo is sort of the astral plane's daddy. Bigger, better, things that are good, bad, neutral. Everything goes into limbo. The astral plane is sort of a highway to everywhere. Follow the astral highway to limbo. And in limbo, I want you to look for Mulch. Captain Mulch. He's an old friend.
Okay.
Find Limbo. Find Captain Mulch. And you may find an enemy of your enemy.
Okay, we'll do it.
Are you gonna finish that?
And she looks at the wine.
I pour some into the blood.
It is going into the blood is not overflowing. She's drinking it
And
somehow.
the bottle is refilling or something?
It's just
like...
That's enough.
You can make an awesome fountain.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Elven wine. It's alright.
It's horse piss.
See ya.
Huh. So the astral plane.
You noticed as you were training for some reason, the goblins suddenly seem a little bit more animated and a little bit more, like,
Oh,
lively.
shit.
And they're a little bit more rambunctious.
Jesus.
It's not nearly as
Okay.
bad, but you see they're, like, as one of them is aiming, it looks to the other one and slaps it into the back of the head while it's aiming, and so, like, two of them start fighting, and Shoot comes over to break it
I
up,
wanna
and she
yell at
starts
them.
fighting. Alright, you start yelling at him, one of them starts biting onto your leg, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Because, you know, they're goblins, so they're very easily, you know, misdirected. So, you wanted a hint? You got a hint? I probably gave you more than I should have, actually, on a 14, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's appreciated. So I'm sitting there. Can I use... I just say fuck it and try to disappear to the astral plane using plane shift?
Yeah, you're gonna go alone? Alright, let's do this. So, you
Yeah, fuck it.
stand up.
Plus it's also a sorcerer spell, so I could potentially use it to get back with my...
Oh, fuck! You have that already?
I have, like, that's what we're talking about, the whole I can learn it.
That's a level 9, though.
It's 7.
Oh, it's a level 7?
I believe so, yeah.
Get the fuck out!
7th level conjure.
And you can
Yeah,
reach level
nation.
7 at 13th level, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, then yeah. Alright, so, you stand up. You're fucking gone. You two.
Yeah.
You. I want you to roll another intelligence check. What are you training them for, actually, right now?
Today's gonna be tactics, positioning.
Dexterity.
Positioning for each specific, like, weapons type.
Dexterity. And your dexterity is your good shit.
Straight dex.
Yes.
So that's a 23.
My buddy. They're coming along so well.
Oh, my
They're
little
doing
soldiers.
such a good job. Like, so, the snipers.
Mhm.
What are you teaching them to do?
I want to teach them getting the highest vantage point possible, being completely hidden from their adversaries.
Okay. So as a whole, they're all doing very well. For these little specific things, roll stealth for your snipers.
15?
15, not fucking bad. They're good. They're doing a good job. They as they find they're doing it. First, you show them like good vantage
Like
points,
camouflage
how to
and shit,
exactly
yeah.
ghillie suits. Then you let them go off on their own. They make their own ghillie suits. They find their own spots. Almost like kind of how like real snipers are trained. Like, all right, now crawl, try to get me, and we have to see if we can spot you. And even when they're in like open fucking grass like clearings, they can do it. Like a little bit noticeable. They're not the best at it, but they're doing really well. The ones that are in trees are fucking perfect. 'Cause
From days ago to now, they're
doing a good...
Awesome.
Goblins are fast learners, and they learn their one thing very well. It's just that you can't teach them how to, like, make bombs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you are teaching them how to fucking snipe. They're doing pretty good. Their aiming is good, they can hit shit, so the snipers are good. Next, what are you training
for the 3 shotgunners. I want to
Okay.
teach them how to.
A more rambunctious group, by the way, based on the gun, they're more excited because they get to run in, as goblins like to do, and get very close and start ripping everything apart.
I want to show these guys how to use heavy armor, being heavily armored, being very like
Tanks.
brute force, like kicking in enemies, blowing their faces off. They're the tip of the spear, basically.
Roll strength.
20.
Not
That's a
natural.
13 plus 7.
Okay. They're bad.
Oh,
They're dangerous. Oh, they're dangerous. Without telling them to,
Mhm.
one
I'm
of
picturing
them-
like football players with shotguns right now.
Oh yeah, they
but
have they have like
Mhm.
some of the armor that they found off of like the humans that were in there. They like torn apart. Some of them have like just pieces of metal and shit on them, and they're nasty. They're heavily armored. Some of them have the bug carapaces. You don't have that one. That one is his own thing. He's like a special guard. But these ones are just like they're little tanks with shotguns. One of them
Nice.
put a bayonet on his without you telling him to. The
I
other
like
two
it.
have copied. And
Yeah.
so now they all have like
I want to
sharp...
praise them. They're
Yeah,
good
like
job.
one of them is just a combat knife, like a legit bayonet. The other ones are just like sharpened metal. Yeah. And they're all just like, ready to go. They're good at running in. Boom, boom, boom. Shove, shove, shove. You know what I mean? Stabbing. They're learning how to ram shit
Nice.
and crush
That's
things.
what, breaching and all that.
And now I want you to roll Constitution for them.
That's a 22.
All right. They also know how to take a hit and keep
12
coming.
plus 10.
You have basically made battering rams.
Should I write this down, or you kind of know where they're gonna be at?
I'm kind of gonna remember, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Write it down. Keep notes of it. Your snipers, they are good at stealth. Your snipers are good. They're good snipers. Your shotgunners are great. Like, well, we can make this a level. You know,
Okay.
poor, good, great. So your shotgunners are fucking, like, they're kind of elite. Like, throw them in at
Nice.
something that you know is a little tougher. They're probably gonna survive.
They're also the front line to
Yeah.
absorb the blunt.
Yep. Maybe don't put the snipers up against maybe not the boss. You know what I mean? They might,
Infantry.
because the boss might, know exactly where they are. Maybe just infantry. Just being able to take out other kinds of threats, things of that nature. I know how your mind kind of works like mine. I think you'll be able to figure it out.
The next behind the shotgunners will be the handgunners, which is like medium range.
Okay.
I want them to also focus on the weak. They're being protected by the shotgunners, but I want them to take out anything that gets past that line.
Dexterity.
That was 11.
They're not great. Poor
Poor.
for them. They're okay. Sometimes they're hitting the shotgunners in the back. Also, they're
Gotta train them on not to do that.
They're a little bit more skittish, and they're weaker. But they are good distractions for the shotgunners. But again, for all this training, you really want them to survive. They're going to need maybe another session or two
day.
specifically just for them. The shotgunners are not going to need another one. They're
Okay.
top.
Right.
Maybe the snipers if you wanted to take the time, but the pistol ones are going to take like a whole nother day to get good. Another set of rolls.
And now I have 3 rifles. The rifles, I want them to protect their general, or their sergeant, which is shoot. I want them to almost have like a
phalanx around.
Yeah, like protection bubble around him, and I want them to be able to shoot off tankier, bossier combatants.
Constitution for how well they can protect.
Oh shit! I got a natural 1, but that's 11.
Not good at all. So they're gonna require more training on that. They abandon very often and go after what they're trying to kill instead of staying close, which is what you specifically want them for. So they're not too good at protecting. As far as hitting the other things and being able to like aim down the sights and get them, because they're a little bit farther away. Roll perception.
That was in that 20.
Okay, they are crack shots.
Okay, so they can shoot their targets.
They're great at shooting.
They just hunt them down instead of protecting.
So great at shooting, very poor at defending.
Like VIP shit.
Yeah, so you'd have to train them again if you want them to specifically be the protection detail for shoot.
And so I'm gonna start this day with training the handgunners and the rifles to.
All right. Yeah, well, that'll be
Get
the
up
next
the bar.
day.
Yeah,
That'll be
okay,
tomorrow.
so
Today
tomorrow.
was this.
Okay.
And then shoot has a bolt action. It's like medium to long
I don't
range.
think I have to train him too much. I think she knows what she's doing.
They're good. They've got it figured out. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
boss kind of. Okay, cool.
But she chose the sniper to use.
So by the end of the day, they're looking pretty good though. You can't help but be excited.
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm excited.
the other goblins are like watching them, like wow, you know
Who
what I
are
mean?
these
It's
goblins?
so cool, and like the goblins feel pretty cool. They're becoming like little celebrities, mistakes and all. They're feeling pretty cool. Astride, as you kind of finish up, and they're all sort of like going home. And it's like okay, now go and clean your guns, and they're all going. And they're like your kids, like okay, now clean up your toys, and they're picking up their guns, and now they're going to fix them excitedly. Astride comes back with a large amount of undead.
It's almost like the forest is
creatures.
coming at me.
Yes. You hear it before you see it, and you smell it before you hear it. And it's just, again, terrifying. Fucking terrifying. Yeah. You happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you come back with that. No sign of Esther.
Huh. I want to try to contact him on my headset.
No. Nothing.
Have you seen Esther?
No. Well, I haven't been here all day. But
Yeah.
no.
Well, that's weird. I'm not getting anything from the headset.
Slash appears, and he is chasing what appears to be another goblin who is wearing like the skin of a pig and is running away from him, saying like, "No, no!" And he goes, "Come here, piggy!" And he's chasing it.
There was
very
really
excitedly.
a pig?
Apparently.
He's armored with a pigskin. I want to yell at Slash.
Ah,
Have you seen Esther?
yeah.
Where?
Down.
Oh, I guess he's back. Was it? Dude, I know. Yeah, he was met. I just met him before. Oh, I knew where he was. He was. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find him down in the pit.
Okay.
And he starts chasing. So the two goblins chase each other towards the butchers, and the butcher goes, "Where'd the goddamn pig down now?" No! And he goes running into the woods. That goblin's
That's
probably
the awful, horrible voice.
So you go down to where Esther was,
Mm-hmm.
and there is nothing there. There is just the bowl of blood and the bottle of wine.
So
Oh no, I took the one.
You took the wine, just the bowl of blood.
Huh. I want to put my hand in the water to see if he's like in the water.
Nope.
I didn't drown. That's good. Was the elevator at the top floor or the bottom
It
floor?
was at the top floor. No one ever left.
Well, that means it should have been at the bottom floor, right? Unless he
No,
got
No,
back
you
sent
took
down.
it up.
So it just stayed up there. I mean, he could have.
Oh no, then he could have
yeah,
came up.
That,
Yeah,
So that doesn't matter. Huh. So we're missing Esther.
And now we're gonna go to Esther.
Okay.
Finding Esther.
Esther, you arrive in the astral plane. Now, due to the nature of your ring, you arrive in the astral plane close to that giant like hole that you jumped into that shot you out into the scorpion swamp.
Mhm.
The nature of your ring, it remembers where you were, so you have a place to go to. The first time you ever travel to a dimension, it puts you randomly.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go to a specific location, it may put you close
This
to
thing
it.
has like a tracker. That's
This
like,
remembers. So if you reach a specific location in another plane, it will remember that specific location. You can travel right there. It makes it infinitely easier.
Yeah.
Whereas normally in other like real D&D, it's like, ugh, because you're always like all over the fucking place. So you arrive next to that like hole. Again, you kind of start looking around, and it is this like white, kind of bluish kind of shade to everything, and it's there are strange mountains off in the distance, and you remember that, and you remember there's these massive sort of like fish things that are just sort of kind of swimming in the air, like giant whales, you know what I mean, just and you're not really sure where to go next. What do you want to look for?
I want to spit into the giant hole first.
You spit.
And she said purgatory.
Yeah, limbo. Yeah, purgatory, another name for it.
Is that, did you said limbo from the get-go?
Limbo.
That's so weird that I like remembered it as purgatory.
Same
Isn't
exact
language
thing.
interesting?
Yep.
Yeah, so okay. I guess I want to like walk, like how big is the circle?
This circle that goes down towards right, pretty fucking big. I'm gonna say probably the size of like a small lake. You know,
Mhm.
something like that.
Do I
And it's like that like Doctor Who tunnel that shot you out to
sure.
the material plane. So this may be like a massive rift to the material plane.
Can I check out my plane book
Sure.
and read, try to find anything about limbo?
Okay, so limbo. Boo, 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 doo, boo, boo. You spend some time reading, about an hour, 2 hours. You're
Completely
specifically
content
looking.
sitting on this cloud.
Yeah. As you're kind of flipping through. Okay. So as you're kind of flipping through looking for anything on Limbo and Purgatory, there are several rifts that lead to Limbo. There are several ways to get to Limbo, one of which is dying. And your soul goes through the astral plane, rides the astral highway towards Limbo if that's where you're meant to go. Usually, if you're trying to get to Limbo, you need to be careful because it's hard to get out of Limbo. The astral plane is one thing, Purgatory is different. Hard to tell why creatures end up there, but you know it is a pseudo-prison, kind of. It's hard to leave, and it is a very sort of, I guess, like a very chaotic, neutral kind of place. It's its own ecosystem of strange things that exist there. But as far as how to get there, one of the ways that it describes is heading towards the Astral Mountains, which you assume is the mountain range off to your left, pretty kind of out in the distance. Head towards there and find the Purgatory Rift. So there should be a Purgatory Rift amongst what is known as the Astral Crag, which a crag is like fucked up rocks. So the Astral Crag contains the rift to Purgatory.
Alright.
It looks like a bit of a walk.
I start walking.
Okay, you start walking. Anything with you two? Okay, then we'll say while the hours clicked by while they were doing stuff, this was you walking. On your walk. As you start walking through the astral plane, you roll perception.
Passive is... oh my god, 11.
11. So you don't really notice. It got closer to you before you really noticed it, and then you kind of noticed it because it's so large, but one of these big whales, these large whale-like creatures, has approached you, has kind of been following you a little bit. This looks curious. And it's kind of floating like sideways and upside down as its like large eye is looking at you, and you can see that its body is almost like, has almost like stars. It like twinkles sort of. Like glitter, but not like glitter. Like it's almost translucent in a way. Like you can see through the skin is like a clear membrane, and there's like a layer of weird bluish with like almost these stars inside of it. And it's kind of it's like a cosmic whale or something. And it's floating, and it's big as fuck. Like I'm talking like probably humpback or like blue whale size. So blue whales are fucking gigantic. Let's say blue whale. So it's just, and it kind of gets lower to you.
I just sort of... I say hello in Celestial.
You speak Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
And you see its eye kind of perks up. Hello. And it kind of like rolls and is like over you, and then gets like lower to the ground. You see it doesn't really need to like flap, or even like its tail just kind of goes, and it's above the ground. So that its eye is sort of up here, its belly is like just like that far off the ground. It knows just where to be. And goes, "What are you?"
I'm a Drow.
Neat. Where are you going?
Do you know who Captain Mulch is?
No.
You know what Limbo is?
Yes.
That's where I'm trying to go.
Why?
To meet Captain Mulch.
Who's that?
Apparently, a partner that I need to reach out for a battle that I'm in the middle of.
You search aid for battle?
That's right.
What battle?
For the greater good.
Forces are descending upon a place me and my partners call home.
That was very clever, because I can't make you roll a deception check. You clever fuck. Alright, very good, very good. Oh! And you need Limbo?
This person that I'm looking for apparently lives there, or is there.
It is hard to leave. Once you are there, how will you get him out?
I guess I didn't really think that far ahead.
What is your name?
Esther.
Esther. Esther. Esther? You look different than I remember.
Who are you?
Wally.
You're not Esther. I know one Esther. Are you another?
I'm sure there are more than one person that has this name. I would imagine.
Oh, my mistake. I am Oestre.
Who was the Esther you knew?
Oh, a god? Once, very old, lost now, to time, and just kind of floats over you again to the other side.
Yeah, that wasn't me. So, how would you recommend getting somebody out of limbo? Because you said it's hard, but it's not impossible.
No, you need to be very strong. You need to be able to walk between planes. Can you walk between planes?
I might be able to.
There are many rifts into limbo, but none out. You must make your own.
Okay.
I see something on you. And it looks, and you can feel its gaze kind of upon you, almost like there's some kind of magic emanating from its eye, like looking at you. It goes, "What is that ring?"
An old friend gave it to me the last time we were walking here, actually.
An old friend.
I don't know if he would consider me his friend, but he helped us at a time of need.
What was his name?
We only knew him as the Fallen Herald. Oh, what's his name? Timothy McVeigh.
The iris kind of, as it sinks in, and it flies in front of you. The Fallen Herald. One of the old ones.
That's right.
Where? And the whale gets much closer to you now.
Is he?
What?
Is the Fallen Herald?
Where is the Herald?
Well, when he showed us... You know what? Actually, wait. So the last time we were here, there's a hole in the ground about an hour back that way before you started talking to me. He dropped us off where we came from by going through that hole.
The Chaos Rift?
Apparently, we landed on a beach and then he flew away.
He controlled it. Not surprising for an old one. Where did he say he was going?
I think he said back home, but I don't know where that was, where that is for him.
Oh. Did he find what he was looking for?
Where we're from?
Yes.
He seemed content. I would say so.
How long ago was this?
About a month in our time. He said the way he spoke about time leads me to believe that it's a bit different down there than it is here.
Oh yes. Time is different everywhere you go. I am young. Very young. But to you I am very old. Time is different. Thank you for this information.
Of course.
Would you like aid?
If you were offering.
You have given me information for free. I shall give you aid for free.
It will be appreciated.
And it kind of spins and sinks one of its flippers to the ground.
I get onto the space whale.
You get onto the space whale and sort of sit on it. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Good. There is no wind. There's no resistance. He is going quick. He's going fast. You can tell by the passage of the area around you. There's no wind pushing you off. It is all just sort of as it is. As you travel, he does speak to you. The fallen herald is one of many that are great and terrible. Now, time is different, and other things are different. To you, I may be good or terrible. To me, you are who you are, despite your many crimes against your own kind and others.
And they are numerous.
Of course, much blood stains you, and I smell it, creature. But things are different. But I want you to think upon this. If the Herald is great and terrible to me, what is he to mortals?
Even worse.
Unimaginable. Creature, unimaginable. And he is one of many. And he is young. Think on this. As the whale
Okay.
goes off. It's going to take a while. You could spend your 4 hours resting, kind of meditating upon the whale and sleeping.
Okay.
If you want. Okay, so
Yeah.
you just kind of kick back. You two, anything you guys want to do before I come back down?
Is it the next morning?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be a full rest.
Alright,
So you're all good to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna improve on the 2 poor skills that.
This whole session has been a training montage, and I like every time it goes to you guys, it's like story stuff. Let me, you know what I mean, a little bit of a montage, but more experimenting with your own power. Training
It's
montage,
super
fucking
true
Rocky montage, and I love
It's
it.
a character though, like
Yeah.
every person.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you working on next?
So the rifleman's protection of a VIP and
Okay.
the handguns overall.
Okay. So, for the riflemen, roll Constitution for their like.
Nat 20
Fuck me.
plus 10, so that's a 30.
Awesome. So
That's the highest.
they are a
Right.
tight knit fucking unit.
Okay.
They move as one with shoot.
Good thing I did it for the rifleman first.
Constantly surrounding her and protecting her at her flanks. It's almost like a
So
like
is
a
this
triangle.
great or higher?
It's great.
Okay.
It's just great. That's the shoot's probably a little higher than great. Shoot is expert,
Okay.
or something like that.
Let me edge.
Let's make a system for this. This is neat. Amanda's like, is there any way I can train my zombies? No.
No,
I
I
will
just
train
want
them.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You
not
could cover them in
masses.
metal.
Oh my goodness, and there's goblins. I'm gonna let the
I was
goblins decorate
thinking
them.
about that.
Okay.
Decorate.
What, covering the zombies in
Yeah,
metal? Yeah.
just like steel plates on them.
Because I can.
Do you
armor
want to
them.
tell the goblins armor them up?
Sure.
Okay.
And then when they're done, I'll go back out.
Okay. They don't normally get to work with dire wolves, so they're very excited. The
Mhm.
bears are also a neat
Man,
opportunity.
I gotta get your shoot. I gotta get shoot direwolf.
You have to.
I'll do the.
They're zombies.
You could
I
tell them
want
to
a
look
live one.
specifically for
Yeah.
dire wolves.
Go ahead.
So, so they're looking perfect. Next, for the
Handguns.
handguns, you want to improve them overall. What was their job again? Stay behind and
They're
just take out
behind
enemies?
the strong line, and they're going after little
Dexterity. I'm gonna say Dex. Was it a nat? Jeff, is that a nat 20? That's fucking insane.
guys. Plus 20, plus,
There's a
plus
way to
5,
die.
so 25.
Because
Holy
you're
shit.
honing in on
We've
them.
been rolling good today.
And because you're really talking to them about it, you spend a lot of time with them and the assault rifle guys. You spend a lot of time with the assault rifle guys first, the pistol guys have taken, like, was watching while you were doing that. They're actually paying attention. They want to learn this. Now, they're nasty.
Oh,
they're
man.
good at it. They're no longer hitting the shotgunners. They are hitting the targets over the shotgunner's shoulders. Sometimes they have they're right behind the shotgunners, and they're boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? They have their hand on the shoulder, like, so the shotgunner knows that they're there.
Stacking up.
Yeah, the shotgunners are focusing on short-range targets and ignoring the long range, while the pistol are able to hit the targets that you're setting up.
Nice.
I assume we're setting up targets
Yeah.
and shit in the woods.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Flashback
So
to
now-
the tournament.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. So they're also able to, like, reload
fast,
quickly.
yeah.
Yes, because it's a pistol. They need to learn how to do that. The shotgunners have learned how to, like, tactical reload, where they just boom, you know what I mean?
Throw
Like,
it in the barrel.
yeah, and just like able to just fire it off real fast. And they reload.
Decked out with ammo
Oh,
all
you're
over
goddamn
them.
right they are. You're god like
Their
belts.
armor is almost made of ammo.
You get shot. It's just awful. So now you have they are the CQB
Mhm.
fucking team. CQC. I'm sorry.
Same thing.
And
The snipers
they are
right
the team
now,
that you'll send into like right into enemy lines or in enclosed areas. They would be great. You know what I mean? If you send them into buildings and stuff, fuck yes, corners, tight corners, everything like that. Open battlefield, that's more where your snipers and your
and
assault
right now
rifles
they are
really
the
good.
lowest ranked at good.
Who, the snipers?
snipers.
Yes, they are. So now your pistols are great, your shotgunners are great, your assault rifles are great. Shoot is shoot. And now your snipers are the only ones that are going to need work, but you spent all day trying to train
Training
these
them.
two because they had already failed once. So that probably took
Holy
your
shit.
entire day today, but you fucking got them up. You, what are you doing with the goblins? You're telling them to armor up your wolves? I gotta stop giving you guys hints. I keep doing it because I'm excited, but...
I was gonna say that in the beginning, but I'm like, there's zombies. She's just
Yeah.
gonna want more.
Yeah. Whatever they want to armor up, they can armor up.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave it to the goblins. It's not great. Hold on. It's not great, but they do an
Anything
okay job.
helps.
They're just like tying metal to the zombie wolves and things where the weapons are not. They go to pull some of the weapons out. The zombies are like, and they're like, okay, whatever. So they're putting leather and metal and stuff like that. Sometimes just pieces of tree bark, like big bark things on them. But yeah, so you could bump up like their AC or something a little bit, or their health.
Okay. I'll after.
Okay, and
Say.
then what were you trying to do today?
Oh, I'm gonna make more.
Oh fuck! All right.
And this time I want some focus on people. I want some ghouls. And I need to find a living direwolf.
Okay. You're sending your zombies out to collect all these. Gonna be hard to bring back something alive.
That would be
No,
cool if she
yeah.
rolls with disadvantage, but whatever the lower number is, she takes that they brought back.
Here's what I'm gonna
Since they're
do.
looking for something specific.
That's what I was actually, because it's specific, that's what I was going to do, yeah.
That'd be
To
kinda
bring
cool.
something back alive, though, I'm just gonna say they just not.
No,
it's
no, no,
not
no,
what
no.
zombies are
No.
built for.
I'm going to send out everything except my bears. And one
bears.
one direwolf just in case. So the rest are going to go out to collect people and more animals with a focus on people or orcs or whatever. The bears actually have something called keen smell, and the bear has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell for tracking.
We will do that separate.
Okay.
So first, roll with disadvantage on your d20 to see if they're able to bring back humans, because it's a specific thing. There are also not too many humanoid creatures left in this forest, so
Okay.
just roll with disadvantage on your d20.
Okay.
We'll take the number.
So it's going to be just straight roll.
Without adding
No, okay,
anything.
it's a 3.
3. So they bring you back 3.
Honestly, that's perfect.
looks like
That's all I can
two
do.
humans and another orc.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's all
I thought it was
could've-
gonna be like 13. Like,
Well, I can't.
13 humans.
I wouldn't
13
want
dead
that.
bodies.
Because
The rest
I can't use
bring
that.
you back just bring back like dead things that are like way too eaten already and torn apart. So the goblins just eat them up.
They didn't bring back any other animals or anything?
No,
Okay.
because they were all looking for a specific thing. They ignored the animals.
Okay. I'm
Now
gonna
the
end up
bears.
sending them back out then.
Okay.
But I'll do this first.
The bears roll with advantage for their.
Okay.
What are you
smell.
looking for now?
A living direwolf for
They're
shoot.
just tracking it for them to hunt.
So 17.
Ooh, that's good.
There are still goblin hunters, by the way. If you wanted to send them, but they're goblins, or if you wanted to go yourself.
So the one gets an 18, the other gets a 14.
Excellent. Both of them catch scents.
Okay.
2 different scents.
Whatever's closest, whatever's strongest. Whatever.
Okay, so
yeah.
you start following that one. It starts making its way. Bears are actually pretty quiet, and you are probably just riding this one, I would assume, because it's a big fucking bear.
Well, it's 2 bears, 1 wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 bears and a wolf are looking for this dire wolf.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just kind of hang out with the bear, following it. They're all very quiet. Those bears can actually be like ambush hunters, which is fucking terrifying when you really think about it. Like, so you are able to,
I need my stuff.
I'm gonna say,
It's like a stealth tank.
roll for stealth with advantage because they're all pretty good at doing that.
Well, that's a natural 20.
Okay, so you
Damn,
are.
we've been rolling freaking great today.
You are not even. You're not
Wish it was
even the
always
knight.
like
I'm
this.
floating.
You are nothingness.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put my
Last
gazer
episode,
away.
So everything's just like,
Okay, that was you gave me an idea when you said gazer. Okay, as you're all too quiet. What the fuck, Gary? So you put them all away. His name isn't actually Gary. You put
Name
him
is
away.
Gary.
You all get there, and it is not long before you hear it crunching, eating something. And you see there's a massive fucking dire wolf. Big, pissed off, black dire wolf eating something.
What's the range? How far?
Does it say?
How far away?
Oh, how far is he away? Probably from us to that wall, so a little over 30.
Is he within 60?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use Dominate Beast. He's a beast? Yeah, I'm going to use that on him.
Yeah, they're not monsters.
You should give Shoot the shitty wolf,
Okay.
and you keep the good
What
one.
does he roll?
Oh,
Wisdom?
it says, yeah, wisdom.
Against
17.
what? 17?
Unless the zombie's better. What should
I don't, what do you
That's
do
an
you
11.
You could give Shoot whatever you want to give him. I would, if I was you, I would keep what you want.
think? Okay.
So you see the wolf kind of stand up and turn around, and now you see its face staring at you, and it's big black fur. It has like a couple of like scars on it from battle in this
Nice.
corrupted forest, as it's just looking at you through the leaves, waiting.
Okay. And then we'll head back.
Okay, so you start coming back with one very living dire wolf,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sending your zombies out again.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time you're just sending them for anything that's medium or large.
Yes.
Okay, so just, I'm gonna say, because now you have what? How many? Like 30?
Jesus.
Getting there.
Roll a d20, roll a d10. Or a d8. Roll 1 d20,
Okay.
and now roll 1 d8. What'd you get?
17 and an 8. I don't have enough charges to make them, so
Alright.
all into zombies. Just know that. I can
That's
only do
so many.
15.
Alright, what do you want? You have a smorgasbord of dead animals. The
No,
goblins are
give
loving
me,
this.
Give me whatever. I'm taking whatever, honestly.
Alright, so what's 17 plus 8?
25.
25?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So you get... Looks like
Give
they
me a
found
crocodile.
Oh.
Hold on. You get 10 badgers.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they found them.
Badger Squad!
Yeah. 10 badgers. You get
Any-
three gators.
Okay.
So that's 13. You get 4 more giant snakes. 4 more anacondas. So that's 17. Now 8 more. We got 8 more to go, right?
Yeah, because I can just do it tomorrow. I mean, one day's not gonna
8
decay.
nuns
that
from
is
somewhere.
Okay, so because we have 8 more,
Yeah.
you have 7 more crows to make like
Okay.
another little squad.
That's cool. Yeah.
And you have 1 very... It's dead, but it is still hardy, and it is a hawk. That is a powerful stream.
Well, everything's gonna be powerful because the door opened.
Yeah, the door's open.
1 awesome fucking hawk.
Okay.
Now this hawk, I don't know, it just seems sharper. It seems a little smarter.
Okay.
Even though it's dead, I don't know, it seems smarter than the ravens.
Okay.
Can do whatever hawks can do in D&D. I don't know if they can like track or something.
I'll look it up. Okay.
So
They have lasers.
your arsenal is growing.
But just understand what we're up against, and they're not gonna survive.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
why I'm building a
that's the
massive
point.
army.
That's
Yeah.
the point. Oh, believe me, I'm with you.
Okay.
They are fodder, but a very dangerous fodder still.
So every day I'm going to be doing this until I get the
That's fine.
go ahead to
Oh, that's
call her here.
I fucking
Or
love
whatever
this.
we're
This is
doing.
not.
Oh yeah, we didn't even beckon her
I
yet.
don't know what we're doing.
Whatever.
We better call her soon before we take over the world.
This is a whole lot of rooms you're gonna have to make. You're not even gonna be able to fit them all. It's just unleash the zoo.
doors.
Noah's Ark of undead bullshit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if we go on a boat, if
If we
that's
get
where
a
we
ship.
end up going,
If I get,
We should just
ship
name it
for
it's gonna
Ark.
be Noah's Ark.
So, dead Noah's Ark.
Boa's Ark.
Leroy's Ark. The Leroy McJenkins Ark. So, Jeff, we're gonna come back to you. You awaken. What are you laughing at?
Nothing, go on.
You awaken on the whale because you only sleep for like 4 hours. But in the 4 hours that you rest, he wakes you back up. Rise, Dark Elf. We have arrived.
I set up.
You sit up, and you see before you just this large, I'm gonna say maybe it's like 12 feet tall. This large, kind of oval-shaped, milky white portal, just a hole in the air. You look around you and you realize that you are among these like bluish white. It's called the crag, but they're smooth. These sharp sort of rocks. It's almost like a bunch of like rounded spikes. They're sharp at the end, but they're not smooth. Everything in the astral plane is like very like liquidy, kind of just chill. It is chaotic for the area. They're all over the place. And as you sort of look around, roll perception.
11.
Okay. You get the feeling that there's things watching you, but because the whale took a liking to you and is with you right now, because you chose not to lie to it at all, which I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised you didn't try to like bullshit it.
I kind of know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like trying to trick an angel or something.
Yeah, no, that was actually
it's knowing your strengths. And
it has taken a liking to you, and it's sitting there. Whatever creatures may live here are just like nope. You do see though every once in a while like a flood of sort of like they're like glowing kind of orbs are just entering this portal.
So I remember his name was exotic, but
Mosna.
I was gonna call him Manny. Okay, so Mosna.
Is that the tuna fish whale? What's the icon of tuna fish?
The Starkist.
Oh, Stark. Yeah. What's
His name? He has a name like that though.
I thought it was like Manny or something.
Yeah.
Yes, false Esther.
So, just thinking out loud,
Mm-hmm.
people on our material plane, if they were the most devoted religious people and they prayed, would their wishes come to this place?
Wishes?
Is there any interface here between religion in our world and here, or is that beyond? Or is that bunk?
It is not bunk. The gods do exist. Some are true in the books, some are lies. And prayers do what prayers do, and the gods do with them as they please. Whether that intervenes here or not depends on the prayer, depends on the god. There is no right or wrong answer to that.
What about Astride? Are you familiar with them?
A little. I have heard the name in my travels. A smaller god, but grows stronger. One of those that feeds on praise, I believe. One of the more angelic, self-righteous types.
Oh yeah, I get that
Personally. Which is whatever. But you know. Never met him myself.
vibe. Does he exist on this plane?
No, not on this plane. There are not many gods here, if any at all. They come and go. But the astral plane, this is more of an in-between. A hallway that you may walk through to get to your rooms. But it is a beautiful hallway, and I enjoy it.
Well, and I want to disembark.
Okay, he leans down for you to enter.
I'm assuming you're not coming with me?
No, not particularly interested. Besides, this doorway is much too small.
Oh yeah, huh. Well, I hope we'll meet again.
Likewise, Esther. I hope to see that maybe you grow. You have, what do those call it? Potential? There is something great and perhaps even terrible within you.
See you later. I go.
And you, as you just take his words and leave. You through the portal. Almost like just walking through a door. You step out to somewhere new. In front of you, everything is bright white and gray at the same time.
Okay.
Almost like the paper is bright white and the colors you use to fill everything in a light gray.
Gotcha.
There is what appears to be in the sky a large white sun eclipsed by a black moon. With the light emanating from it, the black moon never moving. You look in the sky, there are things flying, a little too far for you to see. Some long tails and massive wings. Like not a dragon, but maybe
Similar, yeah.
storytelling of a dragon. Some birds. The landscape before you, you have a nice long flat walkway, and as you look closer it looks to be almost like dried cracked earth, but white, with specks of gray in it. And as you look up, you see before you what appears to be some sort of massive body of water. You're on a beach of some sort. Cracked earth and water. The water is like mist, but flows like waves. A fine like fog. And as you look around at what you have before you, you hear breathing behind you. You turn, the doorway is gone. There is nothing there now, except what appears to be a very large and very angry pig. A warthog, but very large warthog. And it just... And with the mist, the sea of fog behind you, and nothing else on either side besides this beach, you face off with this hog.
Okay.
What do you do?
Deep speech hello.
As it squeals like a horrific pig and charges. And I think we'll end it there. It's 7 o'clock. If you guys want to end it at that point, we can.
Sure.
Okay.
How did we get here?
Yeah. And so yeah, that was a good one. That was interesting.
Really good.
Not an action-packed one, but I liked it. This was like, you guys are really thinking.
Freaking prepared for this.
Yeah,
man.
you really fucking are.
Where's Esther?
You're putting your... Esther's having a spirit journey right now.
Sleeping on a giant space whale.
Just fucking doing my thing. I like it, and you two are fucking... You're putting in the time.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
3 hours of preparing.
Yes, it was, but you are preparing for what could be a
You know,
fucking
that's
great
good.
time.
I don't think I was mentally ready to say, we're done today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, personally.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Well, we'll see if you would have even won.
Yeah.
That's why I like that you're preparing. I like that you have all this crazy shit happening.
Goodbye, friends.
No.
Bye.